Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome back to another week of the 3P podcast. How we going, guys?
Yeah, look,
yeah, very good,
mate.
We do this every week where it's just like, who's actually going to talk straight off the back of that?
Let's not beat around the bush, boys. It's been a long week for me. But we're here. The boys are here. Happy hour.
Fuck yeah.
Cheers,
Before we
Bella.
get-
Love
Rip in,
it.
fellas.
Love it.
Do we like the
Let's
new
get
setup?
weird.
New table, new setup?
Fuck yeah.
New
You get to
setup.
see
I'm
me.
all about it. I am all about it. I fuck with it hard.
I'm not going to lie. Kind of don't like the fact I can see all you cunts' faces.
That's rough.
Wait, you don't like it? Let me change the color for you.
Change the colour.
There you
Now
go.
I'm turned
Oh,
on.
Do we look a
I'm
bit
in the
better?
mood now.
Make
To look
red
better
for me.
now?
Turn it red.
Oh, you want to be a little intimate, do you?
Car parks later, boys.
Oh,
Fuck. Back to basketball. Yeah, look, it's been an interesting part of the season. Obviously, season has at the postseason now. But
Yeah.
before we get into that, do you want to run through what's been going on in the NBA, or do we want to go straight into player awards?
Nah,
I
give us a rundown because our last episode went wrong. We didn't actually get to upload it, so it's been quite a while and a lot's happened. Do you have the
Well-
last week or two?
Oh, look, I'll go fresh. What's happened in the last week, right?
Hit us.
And end of season frustrations are starting to spark off. A lot of team beef is happening, right? Looking at Rudy Gobert versus Kyle Anderson, a lot of shit talking within the team. Frustrations are building. They don't know what's going on. They want to win but can't. Mate, hands are being thrown. I kind of like it when players are being held accountable and shit is talked. But
For sure.
You know what I didn't like? It wasn't like at least Draymond punched Jordan Poole. Like, if you're gonna get suspended and a lot of backlash, he went like this. It was like it was more of like a really aggressive shoulder push, and then he walked backwards.
Yeah, did you see Chuck talk about
yeah.
that?
Like, why are you throwing hands and then taking a
Yeah.
back step? Like, if you're gonna throw hands with your teammate, like fair enough. Like sometimes, like as bad as it is, tempers flare and you
For
throw
sure.
hands,
For sure.
but actually commit to it.
Yeah, no.
If you're gonna throw hands, throw hands and then move on. You know, like.
no, you're right. It was pretty shit. It was like a weird like.
Like he went to do it and then he didn't commit and then he pulled back. Like, if you're going to get suspended and miss the playing game, throw the hand properly.
I swear Rudy Gobert must be an average teammate.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't know. He seems to cause a bit of problems everywhere he goes.
Well, I think it's just like he's 7'2" for what?
yeah.
He's not
And, like,
doing his
No,
role.
I agree.
It sucks, like especially for Minnesota. Like when they did the trade, we said like, oh, that's a lot to pay.
Yeah, no, I agree. I
But
don't think
also,
Rudy
like-
Gobert's been the same player for a while either.
But then like Anderson saying it's me or him. I want to use I want to use like a defensive player of the year and want to
No.
use like
Kat said that.
like I thought it was Kyle Anderson. Like during the
Carl Anderson said it, and then Kat said, if he's not out, I am.
oh yeah, well you
Yeah.
choose Cat.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
You choose Cat and
Rudy's
Dave
on the
the
move
week.
this
Oh,
offseason.
for sure. More
But I think the more
talented.
devastating part is actually Jaden McDaniels going into the locker room. Same team, same night, punching the wall and fracturing his whole hand. He's out for the playoffs.
What a
Hilarious.
fucking buffet.
You know what I think it is? I think they've, as Charles Barkley says, 1, 2, 3 Cancun.
Yeah, that's a big
They've
loss
just
for them.
said, it is what it is, guys. We're not like. And I was watching the play-in today, and you got to have the mental battle. Okay, if we win this game, are we going to beat the first or second? Like, are we even going to beat them? Like, are we? Like, if I'm in the East Coast, okay, and you know we'll get to your Miami Heat losing boys, but like, if Miami win, are they beating the likes of Boston and Milwaukee either way?
Oh, no chance.
No, like.
But you need to build the experience in the postseason.
But the thing is, your Miami team. Well, let's just call it as it is. You're not a young team. You know what I mean?
Let's fill them in about Miami. So
Yeah.
Miami played the play-in game today. Didn't fall the way everyone thought it was going to fall. Most people would have thought they'd beat the Hawks and be secured into the playoffs,
Especially at home.
especially at home. But look, it was Kyle Lowry had his best game of the season, right? Lowry was going off. He had 33 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists off the bench. This guy was barely playing all season. And now all of a sudden he pops off, but then the whole rest of the team collapses. It's like, oh shit, Larry's going good. What do we do? We can't play anymore. What do we do?
What about the Atlanta Hawks team? He was playing well there.
Oh, dude, all of them.
It was just a team effort.
All
Really?
every
whole
50
squad played well.
every 50-50 play went Atlanta's way and were out rebounded get this right,
Clint
63
Capella, man.
63 rebounds to 39. And then out of those 22 were offensive
Yeah.
to Miami's 6.
Yeah.
Like, what would you consider a good shooting percentage in a game that really matters?
Oh, maybe 40s, maybe.
Out of their starters, their worst percentage was 40 from the field.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
benched the worst was 22, but everyone above that is well above the pace.
What-
Sadiq 41, Bojan 45, Trey 44, DeJounte 43, Clint Capella 66.
Oh my
no
god.
one has had a bad shooting night.
See, what's interesting is like I thought that Atlanta team were going to do really well at the start of the season. I just thought the two guards playing together just kind of slap. But there comes a time, especially like now, like your Miami team are old. And I said it to you guys a bit ago, like I don't think they're going to do much with this team. Like you've talked about, Chris, like they'll probably trade Jimmy Butler in the offseason. And I think he said if we don't make it in through the playoffs, like, I want out. And fair enough.
Jimmy Butler left a Philly team that was a pretty stacked team, yet alone a Miami team.
See, that one's interesting. I don't know what happened with that Philly one.
I don't know either.
I think if I'm right, there was issues with the contract because Embiid wanted Jimmy.
As
Joel
if he
Embiid wanted
wouldn't.
Jimmy, but they already had Ben, and I think it was like a contractual thing where they couldn't afford
Yeah, both of
everyone.
them. Wow.
And he was like,
imagine if they changed the tables now.
because remember they all had there was like the headband phase. Jimmy Butler, they all had
that's
them
right.
rocking the headbands,
That's
and then
right.
the
Yeah,
NBA
that looks
blocked.
sick.
The NBA banned the headbands because this
was
Philly
the
team were
ninja
rocking it.
headband.
Yeah, the ninja one, and they were just like they're vibing. Because if you're like a player like Embiid, you love a Jimmy Butler. You know what I mean?
Oh, as if you wouldn't. Yeah,
but
for
the issue
sure.
is like if you're a Philly team, Ben Simmons doesn't love a Jimmy Butler because he holds him accountable.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's interesting. Sucks for your Miami Heat. You've got
tough
another
loss.
chance when
Yeah.
you're playing the winner of the 9-10, which is Chicago versus
Raptors.
You know what I hope, and I'm not going to lie, I hope to see another Pat Bev playing highlight celebration
Oh
on the
no.
scorer's table. On the scorer's table. You know why? Like, it's just, apparently I saw the 8th seed historically is like 1-7 for getting through. Because the 8th seed normally loses to the 9-10 seeds.
Yeah.
Because for the 9-10 seed, they've got more. Like, any team in that 7 to 10 bracket normally is not the best.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all usually a first round exit anyway.
Yeah.
Like I've for the last few years, I've complained how the 7 seed is even in the play-in tournament. It should always just be a fight for 8, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Easy to say that as a losing team that was the 7 seed, but
Yeah.
it's like the difference this year in the standings between 7 and 10. 7 was clearly deserved to be there.
Yeah.
Maybe less on the West because there's a game between them, but the game between 10 and 7 on the East Coast was such a big difference that to go, oh fuck, they're going to miss out after actually doing what they're meant to
Yeah.
do in the regular season. That
Yeah, no,
aspect kind of
definitely.
sucks, but I get it for the excitement towards the end of the season to keep it interesting,
Yeah, for sure.
even though they're probably still going to lose first round anyway.
Yeah, that's tough because whoever ends up in this Miami next game will end up versing Bucks first round.
Yeah.
And then bye-bye.
Yeah,
Season
it's-
done.
You
It's
look
a
at it
sweep.
and you're like, oh, okay, either way, the Bucks are getting through, but how quickly can they do it?
Yeah.
That's where the question comes down to, because it's like it's not an easy matchup against Miami, probably not an easy matchup against Raptors either, but they could probably kill the Bulls.
Yeah, and what's even worse is you don't have much time from that next game.
Now, when we play next, we have a day off, then it's straight into game 1,
Yeah.
which is basically
Against
a day to
the
travel.
first seed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing easy.
Oh,
Nothing
yeah.
You're
easy.
coming in, and obviously that first game, you're getting blown out. Like, you're getting blown out. You've got to just reevaluate. But on the West Coast, today we had the Lakers versus the Timberwolves in their playing game.
Overtime,
Oh, good game.
beautiful game.
That was a good
I didn't
game.
get to catch the whole thing. I watched the fourth quarter and the overtime.
I only watched the first quarter because I had to go out, and I saw Anthony Edwards' block.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
on Rui. Yeah,
That
yeah.
guy's good.
I'm concerned for the rest of his career. Like, he looks like he's got all this potential, but I just don't want him to be trapped at the Timberwolves. He's a guy that I want to leave.
Is he like a Dame situation where he's trapped?
No, I don't think
no.
he's
not
like-
as committed as Dame
Yeah.
is. It's just it's like
Oh.
I don't see his career blossoming much further in the Timberwolves. Like,
There's not many.
there's not a chip there. There's not a good organization. There's not good
It's a
teammates.
terrible
There's
organization.
clearly no good locker room talk.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
No.
jeez, we can see
for
that.
his progression to actually make it much further than just being like a really good player to move into that great concept, it's not going to be the Timberwolves.
But let's just say it as it is. Sometimes those teams in the smaller markets, when they win a championship, it almost means more as like a fan.
Oh, for sure.
Milwaukee's championship.
Yeah, huge.
Oh,
that was
that
big
was-
chip.
That was one where we go, wow, that's built through the draft. You know,
Yeah,
Chris Middleton from the
for
G
sure.
League. And then you've got Giannis who they drafted, Chris Middleton. Like you've got like
Oh,
stories where you go,
100%.
wow, like this is a team.
Well deserved. Like,
And like even like Dallas. Dallas isn't a big market team.
No.
Dallas is a team that attracts players because there's no like income tax in Texas.
Yeah.
yeah,
As cool
Yeah.
as it is. And they've got an owner who'll pay up.
yeah, for sure.
That Dirk championship, that's different. You know what I mean? Sorry,
Yeah, for
my
sure.
parents are calling me.
Take it if you need.
Just take it.
Yeah, give me 2 minutes, boys.
Yeah, we'll keep chatting.
I'll be back.
Like as you're saying, with the whole Dallas situation, they're in fucking trouble.
Yeah, no, they
They need to be doing everything to
Well,
re-sign Kyrie,
they-
or they need to just sack it and go all in on just.
No, I
let's
think they're going to go
trade
all in
everyone.
for sure. I think they've been needing to do that for a while.
well, they're even more trouble now because they tried to do a sly tank of the last game by sitting down all the star players. They're being investigated now.
Nothing will happen with that. They never do.
No, they could lose their draft pick because the whole reason they did that tank was to make sure they secured their draft pick and didn't have to give it to the Knicks.
I think there's more to it. It's like they go out there and they try and win that. They lose in the play-in anyway.
Well, yeah, that's it. They made a business decision right at the end, but by doing so, they pretty much rigged the game so that they
I
wouldn't
just-
win.
There's not going to be enough evidence for them to prove anything.
Well, in their favor
Like,
is
we're
that
all
it came
gonna
down
know
to
it.
3 points and they just missed the last shot to
We're-
force overtime.
Yeah.
So that works in their
Everyone knows what's
favor.
happened.
Oh yeah,
Everyone
definitely.
knows it's blatant as hell, but there's no way to sit there and prove it.
Yeah, exactly right.
So nothing will come from it. Sadly.
They need to blow it up, though. Mavs have got to blow it up.
Yeah.
The
They
thing is,
really
they
do.
never will, just because
Because they got Luca.
Luka.
Yeah, oh, for sure they
They're
were.
always just
Oh,
going
I
to
agree.
be. Luca's going to be stuck in a Dame situation until he chooses to leave.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think Luca, I think he's a little bit arrogant. And I
Yeah.
reckon,
Luca will walk.
yeah, with Luke, where Dame is got too much pride, which is good, but I think in the NBA now, I think pride can kill your career. I think a little bit. I think at least. I think
Yeah.
Dame's had a great career, but I think him staying at the Trailblazers might.
Well, Dame just put out an announcement the other day saying he doesn't want to wait the next 2 to 3 years for the team to be ready. He wants to play now.
Yeah, and
So I think that's him saying in the nicest way, I think I'm on out.
No, that's not an I'm on out. That's
Or is that I want you to build around my
that's
team?
We've got
No,
Shaden
yeah.
Sharp. We've got Anthony Simons. We've got this. We've got another 3 picks coming up. Fucking trade him and get me somebody that can play.
yeah, no, I agree.
Or it's more like, why are you sitting me out? Why are we seeing these players down? Let's fucking go for it.
Yeah.
no,
that's the other
I
thing.
think Dame's just. I don't think Dame's any hidden message. I think Dame tells you what he wants. I think
Fair.
Dame.
That's a clear one of going, I'm not waiting 3 years.
Yeah, no,
Well, he's
I
a
agree.
competitor.
He is.
And
We're here to
he's
play.
so good right now.
He is.
I'd go ahead and say this is his prime years.
Yeah, no, he's been playing good ball.
Like him on the court is something else.
Like
Right.
we were going to get into player awards today, which we will eventually. And I know we're not going to do first, second, third, all time, all play, but Dame's in that top 6 guard
Oh
slots.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Without a doubt. Like, he's arguably top 3-point guard in the league.
Oh,
Yeah,
for sure.
you put some heavy talent around him, mate. Could you
The
imagine?
things he could do. And it's like, you look at the current playoff success he's had, and it's basically jack shit. But he's had to go up against Golden State.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
So it's
he's
hard
had
to
tough
actually get
teams.
anywhere.
Oh, definitely.
Dame.
Damn, yeah. How
You
is
know what? I'm going to just be honest. I've said for a while, my only issue is him at Portland. That's my real issue.
Yeah.
That's everyone's issue
Um,
with him.
My
sure.
issue is he wouldn't have the stats that he'd have if he wouldn't be at Portland.
Possibly.
It's true. Like if you put him on a team with other like all-star level talent, he's not getting the
But
same amount of
that's
shots.
fine. That's
but
fine.
this is what I'm saying. Like obviously his stats are inflated from being in a team like Portland.
Yeah.
Just want to see him on a winning team.
I no, that,
know?
I agree.
I want to see
He's
him.
been
We
a
all
good
agree
team.
with that, but I think his stats, let alone, are like to some degree inflated being on that team.
Yep,
But his shooting splits and efficiency says otherwise.
definitely. No,
He
no,
can
he's a
still
good shooter.
put those
Yeah.
numbers wherever he goes.
But
Yeah,
he's not going to be taking like 30 shots a night.
He's not putting up 30, but he's still shooting 60%
Yeah,
on the night.
yeah. But I'm saying like
he's
they
gonna
will
be
come
good.
down to normal all-star player level
for sure.
because like if you're putting up like ridiculous amounts of shots a game, like if you play with like let's just throw out a Brandon Ingram,
Yeah.
okay, like a top level player, not a first choice, clearly like he'd be the second choice to Dame. You defer out of those 30, like 8,
Yeah.
10 of them and
Yeah.
balance it out a
But
little
at
bit
the
more.
same time, of the extra 30 that you're still getting,
Yeah.
are they not better looks because the defense has to operate differently because you're not the only one there?
Yeah. Well, it depends, you know, like it's all give and take and give
Like
and
you,
take.
you bring a KD into that situation. Crazy scenario, probably never ever happens. But I don't see Dame going, oh shit, he's just an all-star now. I think we still look at him and go, fuck, he's definitely in that top tier of point guards in the current league.
Yeah.
Even with a KD next to him, because we can go, oh shit, now the defense has to look at 2 superstars. They're still going to both put up great numbers.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But even now, with a team like Portland, if I'm a coach, I go, mark everyone else, make him beat us, tire him out. And that's what most coaches do. They let him take 30 shots. Obviously, teams could double team Dame every game, Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they go, you know what? We know he's going to put up 40 shots tonight. Make the likes of Cam Reddish and Nurkic beat us.
Yeah.
You know, and there's that, like, if Dame drops 60 on you and they win, you shake his hand, you go, fair enough.
Dame's kind of like that Steph Curry sort of thing. I feel like Steph Curry's like that for Golden State. Like when Steph's hot,
You can't do
Yeah.
anything. You can triple team him. He's still hitting that shot, and you literally
100%.
you
Yeah.
shake the
It's
hand.
the same sort of
you
thing.
move on.
But if Dame Lillard had that Steph team, I feel
Yeah.
like that it'd be the exact same thing.
Yeah, it's just like
He just doesn't have that team.
yeah, he doesn't have that team where he can feel like he can defer.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
be like, look, like he had CJ McCollum. That was a good partnership, but it
yeah,
didn't.
but I didn't.
It's
work.
like
It
Kyle
didn't
Lowry.
draw enough attention off.
Yeah, Kyle Lowry,
Yeah.
DeMar DeRozan, right? That was a good partnership.
yeah.
But they had
They play well together, but it doesn't really bring in wins.
Yeah,
But-
It wasn't enough.
Like
Yeah.
it was enough at the East, but there was this guy called LeBron James who literally LeBronto. He just dominated Toronto and the
Definitely.
players. Like in the regular season, they can be the first seed in the East, but then you face LeBron in the playoffs, and it's just like it's curtains,
Game
and
over.
they know it. Like I've seen DeMar DeRozan do interviews. He goes, "This guy literally would like." He'd tell who's defending him where they're meant to be on plays because LeBron just knew all of our plays.
Yeah.
like he'd
Yeah.
go, he'd come off a timeout and go, "No, you're actually supposed to be over there."
Yeah.
Then when
he
they
just knew
switch,
it.
when you do the screen, you run over here.
Yeah, his basketball IQ
Yeah.
is out of this world. He's
sure.
probably the smartest person on the court. He can
yeah.
see everything happening, and it must be so frustrating for him
Yeah,
when he knows what his teammates have to
Yeah,
do,
yeah, yeah.
like defensively, and
That's-
it's just not happening.
that's why you see him get mad at like an Austin Reeves. Like, and there's that meme of him telling
Yeah,
Austin Reeves, and it's
yeah.
like, just trust me. Like, I know where you're meant to be more than you know, because he literally like you get to that level of greatness, you orchestrate the field. You know what's coming. He looks
Yeah.
at, like I've seen like Ty Lue said, oh, when I was coaching him, he knew the sub rotation.
yeah.
He knew everything in that Cleveland Cavs 2016 series. Like, the guy didn't take a minute off in that game 7. He played it all, and he knew what's happening. And then like you're running counters to the counter to the counter to the counter because the guy just knows what's
Just
going
knows
on.
one after another.
And then it just comes down to will they make the shot? And with the
Just
likes
play
of a Dame,
basketball.
with a Dame Lillard,
Prime example of today, the final play to actually take the lead into this. Dennis Schroeder was sat in the corner. LeBron's got the ball, literally drives into the lane, draws all 5 defenders,
Yeah,
kicks it out. Schroeder hits the 3.
bang.
They go up by 3 with, I think it was about 5 seconds left.
Yeah.
Dumbass
Unfortunately,
decision. 80
yeah, 80.
covers into the corner on the 3-point shot. Fouls Mike Conley, 88% free throw shooter. He's knocking him down.
yeah,
That was pretty
go
clutch
into-
though. 3 in a row in these clutch minutes.
Yeah.
Big pressure.
Yeah,
Big pressure, but
For sure.
it's Conley.
It's
Conley is
Conley,
like a
like-
proven point
Well,
guard.
You,
like
you know what he's been in the league that long. Pressure
Yeah, he's a
isn't going
veteran.
to sit there and go,
sure.
"Oh, I haven't done this
Yeah.
before." He's pretty used to it, and to his credit, he knocked him down. But then they got bounced in overtime,
yeah,
relatively convincingly.
very interesting. In the have you talked about the West play in 9-10 game yet?
No,
No,
we're
yeah.
about to get there.
Pelicans versus OKC,
yeah.
Ooh.
I'm keen.
buzzing.
I really want OKC to win.
Me too.
do.
I really want OKC
I want that
as
young
well.
team to win. I want them to get some playoff experience. I don't care if they get swept.
No, I'm with you on that. I really
Put
want it to
them
happen.
in the playoffs.
Ironically, this is cooked to say. I think if OKC went against the likes of they'd have to go against Denver. I think their pace would cause Denver a little bit no one in
Little bit of
OKC.
strife.
No one in OKC is stopping Jokic,
No.
but Jamal Murray they can. Porter Jr. If you put Jalen Williams on Porter Jr., that's a tough matchup. He doesn't want to see that. You know what I mean?
They'll play speedball.
I can see in his eyes. Now I can look at it properly.
I don't
Denver's
think-
not
I
an
don't-
overly defensive team.
Yeah,
but
I
I
don't
think
think.
the youth and pace
Yeah.
would at least make it challenging for them.
I think OKC. Yeah, I don't know. If
I
agree
still
with
think
that
they get
comment.
bounced in the first round.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
Oh, they don't beat Denver in 7-game series,
No.
but I
No,
think
I
they
know
just
that.
they make Denver fight for it.
No,
I-
that I can agree
Yeah.
with it.
I
can,
think the
but-
Pelicans make it harder. I think the Pelicans matchup for Denver is a lot harder.
agreed.
Yeah.
But I
Because
want to.
then you have to control both Ingram and Zion.
Zion-
Zion-
But Zion's not
Zion,
coming
yeah,
back.
Well, you've got Ingram, Herb Jones, ain't playing
Ingram's
shit.
killing it right now. He's
know what I
playing
mean?
phenomenal.
Ingram killing it. CJ McCollum. That's a
CJ McCollum's been playing pretty well too.
and that's a point guard that going into the playoffs. Oh, that guy knows what he's doing.
yeah.
He's had a quiet year compared to last year. He's moved over, and everyone was like, "Oh shit, bit odd that he's moved and had his great season." And this year, it's like we haven't heard much about him. He's just quietly done everything he needs to do.
Because of that-
He's maintained a level of excellence. You know what I mean?
Like
He's
the
been doing
Pelicans
his role
team-
perfectly ever since he got there and just continued.
Yeah, the Pelicans team's just been riddled with injuries.
Yeah.
It's like he hasn't done any more or less than what we've needed from him.
Yeah.
Got us to the point where we're in the play-in. Ingram's back and healthy. Now hopefully they can get the job done. make it through.
Yeah. And what's I'm quite interested in is like CJ McCollum, I'd view him as like he's not a every year an all-star player, but he has that potential in him, depending on the opportunity. He's like a solid A-, B+ player.
No,
Yeah.
he'd be
On
the all star if
injuries.
the all star weekend was in New Orleans.
Yeah,
again, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's there.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
so
yeah.
good. He's
No,
so
he's
good.
good.
And
He's
like
good.
if you're like a team like New Orleans, they go, okay, what have we got? A heck of a lot of young guys.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But we've got, in CJ McCollum's like a Drew Holiday type veteran. There's no CJ McCollum drama. You never hear any badness about CJ.
No.
He's a player that players love.
Yep.
He's a player that's had, success to a degree with his team in Portland. Like they've not won stuff,
No, but they've
but he's
played well. Yeah,
he's
yeah.
a player. If you're in the league, you go, wow, like, I respect his game
Yeah, for sure.
because he's still providing consistent numbers
Definitely.
throughout his career. He's not,
There's no sagging off. There's no diss. You know what he's capable of.
and he's not one of those players whose success is based on athleticism.
Yeah.
You go, wow, CJ's a
Good shot
like,
creator,
if your
yeah.
team gets CJ McCollum, you go solid.
Yeah.
That's why New Orleans were pretty happy to
Yeah.
get him. They're like they knew what they were getting. They knew he would perform.
Yeah,
There was no gamble in him really. It was this is what we're getting.
yeah.
Yeah, I just want that OKC to play.
No, honestly, I want to see what OKC can do in a playoff situation, best of 7.
Where were they last year? They weren't
Against
that high
Denver.
up.
No, they were predicted to have
They still had a pretty high pick because they had Chet.
yeah.
No, not high pick. Where'd
They
they
finished-
finish?
Pretty
All I know is going to this season, their average, like their expected wins over under was like 20,
Yeah.
and they've done well, man. Like I think because they've just
Definitely.
been given like a healthy green light to ball.
I agree. I think they do want it, and they don't care if they lose.
Yeah.
They just want to win.
Last
And
year
you
they
know what?
finished
And
14th.
Yeah,
yeah.
and also the organization said, "Hey, guess what? Let's just fucking play.
Yeah, no,
Like
I agree.
let's try rotations. Let's bring in different
Yeah.
players.
Perfect.
Let's chess positions. Like Shea, we know you're fucking incredible. Chet, sorry mate, you're sitting this season.
Yep. I don't mind that
You're
though.
sitting this season. Chris has made a valid point. Why not put him into the G League for some minutes?
Definitely.
Yeah,
player-
I don't like him sitting if he's healthy and ready to play.
Yeah.
If he's actually injured, get rested.
Yeah. A
It's
quick
the best
shout
for
out
your
to a
career.
player that I've shouted out in the G League, Kenneth Lofton Jr.
No, but hold
Yes.
on. Before we go there, fucking with OKC, right? I just like how happy they are to play with each other.
Yeah.
All of
Yeah.
these young guns, the chemistry's there.
For sure.
Shea was shouting out Giddy, saying, "Look, if you're open, Giddy's going to find you."
And
They're all keen to play.
Definitely.
There's no malice there. They're already they don't know what to expect. They want to see what they can do, and that's the excitement in that team.
You know what I think's helped that the most? And this is something I think like, that one season where Chris Paul was with Shea.
Oh, he just got to learn.
What I mean by
Yeah.
that is it's something we don't really think of, but
No,
who's
no,
the veteran on that OKC team?
Yeah, for sure.
If
No
you're
one
telling
now.
me Shea, well, who's he learnt from?
Yeah, no,
And
that's fair.
it is that season where Chris Paul literally said, "I'll take you under my wing," because Chris Paul knew he wasn't staying in OKC. He's like, "Yeah, this is a rental thing. Like, I'm getting out." of this.
This is a
And it's true. You know what I mean? Like
No.
when Chris Paul went to OKC, everyone's like, "What?" But Chris Paul embraced it. He said, "All right, if I'm really doing this, like I'm doing this, And Shea learning from Chris Paul, there's not a better veteran point guard to learn from in
sure.
terms of just how to control a team. And like Shea's another one. What Shea drama have you heard?
Yeah, no, I agree.
And
no,
in the generation-
he's a good player to build around.
Yeah, and a generation of drama with these younger guys coming in. Like you can tell he's in a spot where he's had good mentors, like the likes of like Chris Paul, which I think is crazy. He was only there for one season, but it's clear he's had an impact on how Shea
Yeah, for
leads
sure.
a team, orchestrates a team as well, and also like just the vibe that he sets is not like there's no dicks that you see on OKC, and what. The obvious mirrors like John Morant and Memphis, what's going on there. We don't need to bash that, but you know what I mean? Like you see a young point guard with no veteran that he respects.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see the opposites.
And the point guard is the leader of the team, regardless of what team it is. If you've got a good point guard, LeBron James is a point guard of the
Yeah.
LA Lakers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Chris Paul is the point guard, and Phoenix, he leads that team. Like KD's there, but Chris Paul leads that team
Yeah.
because ultimately the point guard's who gives the ball to the players, and that's who gets the shots. They dictate it. A good point guard leads the
Yeah, a
team.
good point.
Yeah.
But back to Kenneth.
Yeah, Ken Lawson Jr. And shout out
Tough.
for him. I think
He's
we'll
just
talk about
signed
him.
a contract.
Yeah, 4 years, $7 million. Memphis. You are so lucky.
Yeah.
That contract, because you know what he did this season? He spent a lot of time in the G League, and he went happily. He spent a lot of time in the G League, and he balled out in the G League. And then Steven Adams out. They went, well, hey, luckily we've done this whole draft thing right.
Yeah.
We had a backup sitting in the G League getting like probably 30 minutes a game in the G League.
Putting up shots, doing what you're meant to do as a rookie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to like, it's so crazy. Like they
Opposite
say,
of Chet.
They say about the G League as like a downgrade, but like for a player
No, it's not. I
for
agree.
a player like Ken Holland, it's like, hey, go there. Like Chris Middleton was in the G League.
Yeah, it builds game. It
So
builds
many
game.
good players have been in the G League, and it's so good to see because you go there and it's like, hey, this is a place where you can be safe. You can
Yeah,
fuck
do-
up.
For sure.
You can take 30 shots a game and miss fucking 25 of them. We don't care. Get your development, make your mistakes, learn from them. When the time comes, and the thing is, the biggest thing in the NBA, like you've always got to be ready for an opportunity to get a call up.
Yeah.
Kendall Lofton, he put in that time, and they've gone, hey, we need you. I genuinely think 4 years at $7 million in a year or two is going to look like a bargain.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I thought
That's a good contract, even if it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
Isn't he
Yeah.
6'7"?
No, he's like 6'10", I'm pretty sure.
Are you
Pretty-
sure?
pretty-
I
he's-
thought he was undersized.
I'd still put him as undersized.
Let me have a look.
He is
When-
undersized. He's
the way
definitely
they
undersized.
the way they
I
use
thought he
him,
was 6'7".
the way they use
He's
him,
exactly 2 meters.
he's
I have
undersized.
no, what the fuck?
Let me get it up.
Foot.
Sorry, my signal's low. But whilst it's loading,
Because
6'7".
yeah, I told you.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's undersized. The way they use him, he's undersized.
did you
Heavy
see
though.
his
That is his biggest downfall. I'm telling you.
but
But I agree.
he can shoot.
I agree.
Did you see his stat
Yeah,
line?
he'll drop 40 points on you. Don't
Did
you
you
worry
see
about
his
it.
obviously before we say anything here, the final game of the season stat lines we don't take seriously. Like
Of course not.
let's just say it as it is, all right. Unless you're a team fighting for the plan, we don't take the final game. They mean nothing. Like we love Xavier Cooks as Sydney Kings fans, but he's not putting up like 10 points, 9 rebounds. Like
Yeah, he drops a double-double, and we're just like, okay, surely he got 35 minutes.
yeah.
Like, it's the only way
yeah.
he's getting actual points.
But as an Aussie, you love to see it.
You'd love to see
You
it.
love to see it on the big
Like,
big screen. You know.
Also, whilst I'm here on the record, another speaking of G League, Johnny Davis. Now I've nicknamed him Johnny No Mates in our fantasy comp because his NBA career was taking a while to stop, but he put in so much time in the G League. If you check his stats the past month, when the Wizards said, "All right, fuck it, we're not going planes. There's no point,"
Yeah.
they let him play,
Yeah.
and he's doing good.
Yeah.
There's a clear like. It's good to see these rookies that go in and they go, all right, like who's the other player? RJ Hampton. He has to
yeah.
go to the G League.
yeah.
And he said, hey, if I'm not going to play in the league, that's fine. Let me go to the G League and prove myself.
I like that initiative. I actually really like that.
You love to see it because he's gone, hey, look, I know like he's at Detroit at the moment. Before he was at Detroit, where was he?
Well, he's trying to show his coaching staff that hey,
Yeah.
I can. This is what I can
Yeah.
do. Please give me some big minutes.
You know, and also like there's no ego here. There's no ego with me. I'm just going to play. You tell me where you want me, Jakey.
Sorry.
For those watching, Jake's just really like ADHD.
Nah, not
If
at
there's
all.
ever random microphone noises because he's playing with it.
Yeah.
He's
It's not
touched
me.
it.
And also the
Some
bouncing
other
on the
bloke.
chair. He just can't sit still. I think he's
can't.
2 or 3 beers in at the moment.
Yeah, it's a couple, mate. It's
Um,
all right.
But yeah, just Cam Lofton Jr. deserves some praise. He also put in time in
No,
the summer
definitely.
league. Put in time
No.
in the summer league.
I'd be interested to see where he fits on a roster, though. I feel like it's a hard position to play. Where do you play him?
Well,
He's too big to guard small forwards,
here's what
I
you do.
think.
Small ball lineup. Small
Like
ball
too
li-
big, not big.
Yeah, yeah.
Big.
But small ball lineup.
No,
They run.
I
No.
know.
Hear me out. Him and Jaren Jackson. Jar.
Jaren Jackson's played a 4 all year, so that'll work.
Yeah, but if you slide Jaren Jackson
Okay,
to the
where does
center,
he play?
so if you slide Jaren Jackson to the center,
All right.
this guy can play power forward.
All right.
I'd still leave Jaren at the 4,
Yeah,
play him at the 5.
but even then, it's
But
It's not
But
easy.
when you look at him, right, he's a unit, right?
He's a
So
unit.
that works in his favor for boxing out and everything.
for offense and defensive rebounds, for perimeter defense.
Which is why you have to run him at the 5.
Yeah, a
Him
switch
at the
with him would
five?
It's
screw
the
up.
only way.
I don't know if I run him at the
his
5.
size doesn't allow anyone to back him
you ready
down
for his
and
G
move him.
League stats? He averaged 22 points and 10 rebounds at the G League,
Beautiful.
and that at 6'6". That's fucking
6'7".
and that's 6'6" on the G League website.
NBA says 6'7".
I think
You know what? For his sake, we'll round up.
I like
we'll
him.
round
I
up
like
an
his move sets. I like his hustle. I like it all. I really do. It's just the fact is we're talking about NBA. I know you've got Bam Adebayo who's 6'9", but he is still 6'9".
Yeah.
Yeah.
That 6'9" lanky fit can
Yeah.
space the floor.
you know what's
6'7" is a very different. I know you had Dennis Rodman who was 6'7", but how many Dennis
JT.
Rodmans do we know?
But Rodman is super athletic.
How many
his
Dennis Rodmans do we
athleticism-
know?
No,
Do
you're
you know
right.
who else
You're
is
right.
like 6'6", 6'7"? Luka Doncic, the starting point guard. Like,
It's
and
not,
Shea,
but he's
like,
a
Shea-
point guard.
Yeah.
He's-
What I'm saying is like,
he's not a big.
Lofton's not running the
No,
ball.
no, having
No,
a
but no,
point
no.
guard that size is a win.
Yeah, but what I'm
having
saying is,
a,
like-
have a center that size
Yeah.
is a.
with that,
We've seen it with PJ Tucker, right?
Because he
We
can't be a
saw him
wing
hustle.
because he's
No.
too slow,
Mm.
but he can be a forward.
but like
Oh,
in the league, I think
he has a spot in the league. It's
Yes,
just
of
where
course.
they put him. That's
of
the
course.
tough
But
part.
the good thing is they're only paying $7 million over 4 years, so like, that's,
Win.
That's nothing.
Win. Exactly
That's
what you
gonna
said.
be, and you know what? Like for him to sign that contract right now, awesome. Long term, he could have got more money, but I like the fact that he's just gone. All right, cool. I'm
He
about
has
it.
a spot in this league, just
It
whether
also
he,
locks
where
a
he
4-year
fits.
deal for him.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think the money's the biggest aspect to him.
No, there's
It's
just a
more like,
guaranteed.
I'm guaranteed a
Yeah.
contract.
Yeah, for
I
4
got
years.
4 years to figure out what's up.
Yeah. But like
Yeah.
when I was saying the height, like there's a reason why they've changed to All NBA next season to just the top 15 players, because position basketball. Like, how do you do the top?
The whole thing they've
Completely
done,
agree,
The
but-
reason they've done that is solely because Jokic, Embiid, and Giannis, they're the top three for MVP, and not all three get to be first team.
Yeah. Well, only one because they all play. Again, they're all
Well,
pretty.
Giannis plays power forward.
But we've talked about the issue with the All NBA with the voting. Is like if you get
Yeah.
a vote for small forward and point guard and shooting
Yeah.
guard, you get two separate votes. You don't actually get.
Yeah,
And
no,
that's
no,
just-
yeah.
That's
Well, they
whack.
do it as guards, forwards, and one center.
Yeah.
So it's just both Embiid and Jokic can't be all NBA
Yeah.
one, but we both know they're the front runners for MVP.
Yeah. Interesting. All right, so we're going to go on to our player awards for the season. Obviously, we're not going to go into the All NBA teams because that's just
Yeah, it's too much.
Too much waffle. We'll go. Let's start with.
Let's start with what's obvious: Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Let's just go around the table.
Has that
and,
been paid out?
No,
it
will be.
pretty much has been. 3, 2, 1. Paolo.
Banchero.
Sure.
Like
I mean, is there even really a close second?
no, but we'll give Noah shout outs and Benedict. Good
Yeah,
season.
Matherin.
I don't even think Benedict
I'd-
comes in at second. I'd be putting J-Dub.
Yeah, but
What
also,
about the center? Good old oh geez, what's my dude's name?
Sounds
Darren?
like he's a good pick.
Oh, the young center.
Oh, Walker Kessler.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Kessler.
Sorry, I just had a blank.
They'd probably come in first three.
I
They'd
think
get the most votes, but I don't think there's
with the
enough.
likes of Williams, it's been more of like a increase towards the end of the season.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Paolo, though, there's no debating his season's being
He is
consistently.
season
Yeah.
NBA ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think he would be.
Yeah.
I really didn't think he would
Yeah.
be.
I'm with
He's-
you
You
on
know
that.
what? He is ready.
And I think
And his shot's only going to get better. And
Yeah.
you watch, it's going to be scary.
and with that, it's not even just because he's the best player on a shit team. If you put him on any team, he'd be the same.
He's a big
And that's what-
Carmelo
that's-
Anthony. I'm telling you. He's,
Oh no,
That's a
you're
great
right.
shout, Jakey.
That is his vibe.
I'm telling you, he is
That's-
tough.
That's a solid shout.
But you
Now,
know what's best is that there's so much young talent there
Yeah.
that he doesn't even have to be that main.
Nope.
Like
No.
as they get better, he can just fucking ride that wave as well.
Yeah. I think with Orlando, they've got a team around him where it's just they've taken on anyone that's possibly done or washed who are young on a young contract. They go, come, we'll play you. Like Paolo's stats at the start of the season were probably higher than at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Because they went, well, first 20 games, okay, we know what we've got with you. Let's see what we've got with Wendell Carter Jr., Jalen Suggs, Markel Fultz. Quick shout out to Markel Fultz. Great
Big
turnaround.
shout out to Fultz.
He's playing.
man.
I know he's not winning most improved, but man, fucking oath
It's
that
so
man
good to
should
see.
be in contention.
So good to see because he
Good on
copped
him.
so much for his,
No,
his
good on him.
his lack of shot and stuff. You know what?
I'd love to see it. Love to see it.
We no Marco Fultz slander on this podcast.
No. Coming back off injury, his shot was fucked. His shoulder was fucked.
Yeah.
He comes back and all of a sudden he's bowling out.
Yeah.
And you're like, yes.
Also,
this is what we wanted to see when he first came in,
yeah,
you know?
because he came in as a great prospect, and then he had his struggles. Philadelphia's not your team to have your struggles at. Like,
No,
they're
no
not
way.
forgiving. But he's came to Orlando, and like I said, the Orlando coaching staff has said, "Okay, go. There's no pressure. We want to tank. Go, make mistakes, find your groove, and you know what? If you prove yourself, we'll see you next
No,
season."
he found it.
Do we want to go on to defensive player of the year next?
I don't know
Let's
who
just
the hell.
we'll run through all the obvious awards first because get them out of the way. The next one, Clutch Player of the Year. There's only one.
Oh,
Is
there's
that a
Clutch
serious
Player of the
award?
Year.
No, that's a genuine award from
Is
here
that the
out.
one that's named after Damian Lillard?
No, that's the one I was telling you it will be, but it's not.
What about Fox? Is it
De'Aaron
Fox?
It's
He
got
has
to
to
be
be.
De'Aaron Fox.
Is Fox
I
clutch?
swear.
Is he the clutch player of the
Yeah,
year?
yeah.
Do
It
you
has to
reckon?
be.
We're giving
Did-
out the awards ourselves.
Okay.
We're
Oh,
not saying
okay,
who it's gonna
okay.
be.
No,
We're,
it
we're
has to
picking
be.
it for ourselves.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie though. If I'm like looking at like, say, like, oh yeah, I'm like 50-year-old Joe. You know, I'm looking at like, oh, should he be in the Hall of Fame? He's averaged 0 championships, but he's got 1 clutch player of the year.
I don't don't care, man. I'm cool with it.
It's just another award.
Nah,
to
I'm
look
cool
at and
with
talk
it.
Maybe
about.
I should just be a bit more chill. That's just.
It's another award. You know what?
When they introduced the 6-man, did the same guys go, do we really care about the guy on the bench?
That's a fair
Like,
shout,
who gives a
man.
fuck? It's just an extra award we get to give out for fun.
You know what? Let's make another one. Best Vibes Award.
Don't they give that out? I swear they give like player like good like.
That's players player
no,
right there.
no,
They gave
there's
teammate of the year.
yeah. Same, that's good vibes. The
And that
same
goes to
shit.
Pat Bev.
Yeah.
No.
God,
No.
no.
That
there's
goes to
someone
Pat
What the
Bev.
else.
fuck are you on?
Whoa,
swear
whoa, whoa,
Mike Conley
I'm
was
here
in
saying
that.
there's a clutch player of the year.
Pat Bev as best vibes award, bro.
Nah, he's.
Let me tell you.
Fuck.
He's a
no.
negative Nancy, man.
No way. No
Okay,
way.
okay. Rudy Gobert.
Oh, that guy
My third
sucks
option,
as well.
Draymond
Mate,
Green.
if you put in worst vibes awards, yeah,
Okay.
we'll chuck them all in there.
I'll put my best serious Jordan Poole's face. Preseason, he bounced back. Clean deck to the face, and Jordan Poole is my vibes of the year.
Right, well, we're sticking with clutch player because that ain't an actual thing. Clutch player is a general award that they're giving out. You can't
Sounds like.
Yeah, no, Darren Fox has
email
to
the
get it.
NBA and complain to them.
It has to be.
I
I just
you know
noticed-
what? I've got time tonight. I might actually do that.
I hope you do.
Can we just? I know we're not doing vibes of the year, but I feel like it'd be rude not to give Austin Reeves for that.
All right,
one
fuck
time.
it. Let's give vibes of the years. This is
Okay.
our award. Who's getting it?
My
Let's go.
nominee is Austin Reeves for when he saw those two baddies courtside and turned into prime.
All right. Vibes of the year. Shit.
Like you saw that video, like, we know the honey, and then it's like Austin Reeves. Then it cuts to him like looking and he's like, and then he just turns into prime Kobe. I feel like that's a personal award. And I'm going to give Austin Reeves the
I don't
vibes
know
of the
if I
year.
have vibes
Yeah.
of the year. Who's vibes,
Vibes of the year, I'm also going to go based off just one singular moment.
That is the founder of vibes of the year. That's
I'm
the
giving that to
criteria.
Russell Westbrook. Traded, gone to the Clippers. First game against the Lakers. Hits a 3 over LeBron.
Nah.
Turns around and just flips
No,
him off.
you know what?
You know what,
I'm
vibes of the year.
actually-
That's Photoshop.
No,
Surely.
what about that Westbrook photo?
I
where
thought it
he's
was
on the
photoshopped
ground?
as well.
That's
Yeah.
best photo of the year.
Dude,
That's
you
a
know
great
what?
photo.
okay, Westbrook might be getting this.
Westbrook's one.
You know what? Vibes of the year is a new. You know,
Fuck
maybe
MVP.
Don't go that far.
Not Ja Morant popping off in a strip club.
More vibes of the year. John Morant for bashing a 17-year-old. That's a
Worst
vibe.
player of the year, Joe Morant.
Okay,
Fuck
no.
that cunt.
Ja has just skyrocketed to the captain of the Air Force One squads.
Yeah. We will in the next episode do our Air Force One starting 5. But
He's taken that over Pat Bev.
Westbrook,
Yeah.
vibes of the year.
Westbrook,
He's
you know
getting
what?
it. Good on
you
you,
know what?
Westbrook.
Like,
He's turned it
we like
around.
seeing Russ, and we can go into how we've discussed before, Chris, how Clippers are using him better.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Ty Lue's pretty much said to him, hey, offensively, just crash the boards. If the shot
Exactly.
goes up, you crash that board. Defensively, you get a rebound, run. You can go full 2016 Russell Westbrook and just fucking
Just cherry pick.
get the ball, sprint, dunk, that's fine. But besides that, like, you're not a shooter. If they make you shoot, go for it. And that's what the Lakers did when the Lakers lost them. Okay, let's go to a serious award.
No, they figured out his game style and what
Let's
they
go.
needed
So
to use
who's
it for.
next? So we all agree Darren Fox because I don't think there's any
Yeah,
other
and,
discussion.
No, I think you're right. He,
For
well, he
vibes
has
of
the
the
most.
year. No way
he has
anyone
the
else
most.
wins that.
He has the most clutch
Maybe
points.
Damien, but I know. Yeah, exactly. He's got the most.
He's got
clutch
the
points,
most
so-
clutch points of it
The
all.
actual, what I was going based on that one was game winners to me was pretty important.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Actual points in the clutch, and De'Aaron Fox is by far ahead of everything in that.
Yeah.
The only player that I thought deserved more of a shout out was also Joel Embiid. 7 game winners, clutch time, lots of big moments. Another
I'd
one-
put Kyrie up there as well, just because of his fourth quarter points. Like he has to be there.
Maybe, but also
Nah.
it's Kyrie.
Yeah.
He doesn't really deserve an award after the
Fuck
season he's
that
had.
cunt.
Oh,
Darren Fox.
The other guy, Jimmy Butler, Miami has been in more clutch time minutes than any other team, but he hasn't done enough to actually deserve shit.
And moving on.
Let's go.
You just hate it because we didn't bring up your Knicks, bro.
No, because Knicks have like an all-round team.
No,
We don't
no,
just
no,
spend
no,
on one
no,
guy. But I
Oh,
will
well,
say,
if you did all NBA, your Knicks fans would definitely be getting a mention. All NBA rule, like Julius is making that. Without a doubt.
but that's not even me saying it. You know, I mean, Knicks
Yeah.
have just had like a pretty
Solid year.
solid year. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to sweep Cleveland, but we had a solid year. Like, I back us against Cleveland because as a fan, I'm going to. But let's move on.
Yeah.
I actually think they have a good chance against Cleveland.
We've
I'm
beat
not
them
gonna
every
lie.
time this season.
Yeah.
We've beat them every time this season. And, like, that's with us having players out, them having players out. Like, it's pretty balanced.
Game 7
you
might be
started
hard,
Joe.
but I like
Someone
it.
started Joe.
Yeah. All right.
going
Next,
off?
what's our next category?
Next one, go coach of the
Coach
year.
of the year, 3, 2, 1, Mike Brown.
Mike something.
It was,
Which
it was
I would
known.
like to
It was
mention.
well known.
I did predict that preseason.
Did you put a bet on it?
No, I didn't put a bet on it.
Oh,
But
not
when
good
we,
enough, you can't-
when,
yeah.
when we did our
Doesn't
episode,
count. Doesn't count.
confident.
Yeah, she didn't bang Chris. Pussy.
Unless you're putting money on it, it doesn't count.
I said it that there and then Joe actually talked me out of it. We both kind of shifted.
I don't
from-
support gambling.
Is Joe still getting a tattoo for playing?
Yeah, at
next-
some point I've got to get a crown
Yes,
tattoo.
yes,
That's on my.
yes.
I've got a big to do list at the moment, and that's in there.
Fuck yeah.
I'll get it as well. I'm a man of my word.
Good man.
Not on my wrist though. I can't be looking at.
Nah,
crown
on your
tattoos.
wrist.
You can do it wherever you want it.
Yeah, just on my.
Can I do it though?
On your cock.
Oh, I'm not doing that one.
You can do
I'm
it.
doing your butthole. Whoa, what?
Okay, moving on.
Cock sounds better.
Yeah. Defensive player of the year. Wait, do you know what? Stop.
I actually have no clue.
Before we do anything,
Nah, I
Mike
have
Brown
no
at Sacramento. Well done.
He's had a cracker of a
Cracker
year.
of a season.
Now,
And you know what? Cracker of a team. They play well.
The team was constructed really well.
They might
from the
also
get-go.
get a good shot for vibes of the year.
Just
Oh,
the
you
Nah,
just want to
okay,
light
so
the
you
beam.
just the
My
beam.
vibes.
Yeah,
the
like
beam
the
gets
beam.
Oh,
vibes.
actually,
Like the
nah,
beam.
fair enough, fair
You know what I
enough.
mean? Like the
team
when it first
playing
came out, we
that.
all went, "What the fuck?
No,
Why are they
you're
lighting a
right.
fucking beam in the sky?" But then we've kind of gone, you know what?
It grew on everyone.
No one-
Light that fucking shit.
Yeah, like Kevin Herter.
Hit
Right?
that
He's
shit.
like, the beam. And Kevin Herter's like, "Fuck yeah, this is my moment. I'm the fifth best option. We light this one." Have you noticed? It's never Sabonis and Fox that light the beam
Oh.
because they're just like, "Fuck it."
They're busy actually doing interviews.
Yeah, yeah.
No, they're still gassed and shit, bro. They've actually
But-
done all the hard yards.
Like Vibes to Sacramento, Mike Brown's done a good team. They've done well. A lot of slander.
very well.
Still a big shout for that trade. Halliburton for Sabonis. Win-win for both teams.
Definitely.
I mean, it's
think
proven to be a bigger win for Sacramento, which
Yeah.
I don't think any of us saw
I,
coming.
I think that's just because of where Sacramento are with the rest of their team.
Yeah.
Indiana have been in a whole season of are we trading Buddy Hield and fucking what's his name Miles
Uh,
Turner
Miles
all
No,
season.
you're right. They're still lost.
Until that trade deadline, all we were hearing is Buddy Hield and Miles Turner to the Lakers. We heard that
Yeah.
so much.
But like the whole thing is the biggest impression was Sacramento. Everyone went, okay, last year 12 seed. Let's try and make the play-in.
Yeah.
Let's try and get that 7-8 seed. To make that entire jump all the way up to the 2-3 seed, that is
pretty
where it
impressive.
goes down to fuck the coaching has been good.
Yeah.
So props to him. He's done incredibly well. Your other options were Joe Mazzulla at Celtics.
Yeah.
He was
Nice.
probably the first half of the season, he was running away with it.
My only thing with
I-
that is he inherited a pretty fucking good team.
Yeah,
that went to the
see, I
finals.
agree.
Of
I
course.
And
agree.
like the team itself, did it change? The only thing is the coaching, the head coach.
The
stepped on one of
coaching did,
employees.
yeah, they got some good things there, but no, I agree. Sacramento's
But,
really
also,
made the
but at the
difference.
same time, it's like interim coach coming in and still doing a lot. It's not like we just heard absolutely nothing from him. It was always just the team.
No,
Like he did a lot. He
he did.
there was
Got
lots
some
of
good
clutch minutes,
plays.
good rotations. He's
Yeah.
done a lot for the team, and
Ran some really nice plays for that
Yeah,
team too.
he-
Well, I think it's hard coming in, like, because everything was running really well. If anything went downhill, you're kind of like, oh,
Yeah, liable.
fuck.
Low-
Low key though, with
He
that,
may have. They did improve, especially when where they finished.
yeah.
I think they've done really well.
With that Boston team, though, one thing that I'm curious is how many times in the playoffs in close games can they run that same game winner play?
Oh, all the
Every-
we all
every
do it.
opportunity.
We like if I'm
They
against the
can.
Boston in the playoffs and it's the final 3 seconds, I know Jason Tatum's in the backcourt
No,
running full
I'm
down.
sorry, but there's so many options on that
Yeah,
play.
yeah.
You can run it. I'm telling you.
I'm just
there's
curious.
so many options. If you got the time in the hand,
Yeah.
there's way too many options
'Cause,
on
like,
that
if
play.
you're any-
if you're focused on Tatum, bang, we're giving it to someone else
Yeah,
in the
I
corner.
think that's the big thing. You
You
need
know,
the
if you're
time.
giving it on Tatum, no worries. Tatum's getting the ball. You think he's going to score? Bang, he's looking for someone else.
Yeah.
There's too
And,
many things there.
That'll come down to detailed coaching
Yeah.
as to when to fake it out because you've also got
No, not the coach. This would come into Tatum's hands in the
Yeah.
moment
But there will also
because
be
he has
times-
to react to what the defense
sure.
is doing.
There will also be times when the coach says, "Hey, Jason, run it. But we ain't going to you. But I need you as my MVP to dummy.
Yeah.
Just dummy. We're going to put it on you. They'll double team you because some team will double team him. Because it's how do you not? You know what I mean?
I mean,
Like,
look at LeBron with today. It's the same. It's a
Yeah.
perfect example. You know, as long as Tatum makes that right thing, goes,
Yeah.
hey, there's a player open. I'm drawing two.
Yeah.
Bang.
Yeah,
'Cause I saw-
You've got to hit it.
It's
Yeah.
down to Tatum. He'll see what the defense is doing and
Yeah.
he'll react.
Yeah.
And he's been in the league long enough to know what when something's in front of him, what to do.
Yeah, because
He's not going to force it up. If he's double teamed at the 3 and someone's wide open inside or on the corner,
Yeah.
mate, you're pumping it to
For
them.
sure.
But I saw in one of the last games when I watched them run this play, they had Tatum on the backcourt. He went to the fucking very far corner.
Yeah.
You know what Boston did? In the post, chucked it to Jaylen Brown, layup, easy, and one.
Yeah. That's,
Because, and that's what I'm saying. That there's going to be times when the Missoula's going to go, hey, like, make them think it's for you.
yeah.
Do everything
that's,
for
that's
you.
the whole part of that play. It's
Yeah.
we're setting up in this style,
Yeah.
but there's
Keep
10
them
different
guessing.
things.
There's
Yeah,
too many
Right.
options there to
I
not be
look
able to run that
forward
every
to
time.
seeing that. But if I'm a coach And if I lost the game to that play, I'd be fucking fuming.
As in-
Because you know what they're running. You know when you're playing Boston with 5 seconds to win it, you know what you're facing. You've just got to
Well,
get
maybe
your...
not 5 seconds. That's.
But,
But I know what you
that's
mean.
how much
Yeah,
they run
yeah,
it.
yeah.
They run it so Tatum comes down with steam, gets the ball, pulls up into his shot, gives him
Yeah,
time.
for sure.
They usually run that with literally 3 seconds
Yeah,
to go.
because it gives him
It's-
time because he's so good. It gives him time
Because the
to
clock don't
make the
actually
play.
start until the ball's inbounded. And every
Yeah.
single time it's
Slight
usually
delay.
there's that little bit more time. It is
Yeah.
going to Tatum so he can actually get the ball,
Yeah.
get a shot, take it.
I
If there's
enjoy
less,
it.
someone in the post, alley-oop.
And I
There's
kind
so
of
many
like
options.
it's fun because if you're the coach and stuff like you said, there's so many options to play with. But also, guess what? It'd be so fucking annoying to lose to that
Oh,
play.
yeah.
If I see them and I'm like 5 seconds out, if you're the coach, say they play fucking who would they play? Let's just say who are they playing? Has it been decided?
In game one?
Boston.
Yeah.
They're versing Hawks.
Hawks.
Hawks. Okay, I'm the Hawks. All right, already that's a nightmare matchup because fucking who on the Hawks is fucking stopping him?
No one.
Who on the Hawks is stopping him and Jaylen Brown? Like realistically,
Size wise, they're fucked.
size-wise, they're
Like, it's just going to be DeJounte doing the best he can to
Yeah.
do something.
Trey Young's getting punished.
They're going to try and play. They're going to play the foul game. They're going to try and draw
Yeah.
fouls. That's the only thing they can do.
Then that Celtics team's deeper. Like
Yeah.
That
no,
Celtics
we can
team
all see.
itself, like, we'll give a bit more credit later, but Derek White as a defender has been fucking phenomenal this
yeah,
year.
yeah. Shout out to Blake Griffin, kid with Lana Rhodes. MVP.
Like,
Are you confirming?
vibes of the year.
Bro, I'll show you. Let me show you a photo.
100%.
No,
No,
it's Jake's kid, bro.
No,
Fucking. I will happily take that win.
Like, let's move over into the next award, which is the Defensive Player of the Year.
I don't know who to give it to.
It's
Defensive is that's probably the
I-
title.
tough. Do we want to go around the table?
No, because I
No,
don't know.
I
You last because
Okay, there's
you can hear the
two.
option.
There's two clear ones
Alright,
to discuss
tell me the
between.
clear, because I have no
Nick
clue.
Claxton, Jaren Jackson Jr.
Oh, I wouldn't even say Claxton's in the top two.
I was going to put Bam.
No, God no. Brooke
I'm
Lopez.
I'm a whore. Oh,
Brooke Lopez has been
I'm sorry.
phenomenal as a
I think
defender.
he-
My
No.
only thing with that is he's not even the best defensive player on his team.
This year he has been.
Oh,
Without a doubt.
I don't
not-
love
not
Defensive
once this
Player of
year.
the Year. That's
It's very statistic
it's hard
based.
because Brooke
Lopez has had.
It's
yeah,
a
no,
great team around him, but not once this year have you heard any talk about Giannis for Defensive Player of the Year.
But also,
Giannis
like,
hasn't had the defensive year he's
very
had.
good
Drew,
defender.
you haven't heard a thing about.
but then also, why am I not hearing like realistically? Okay, the MVP should go to the best player on the best team. Why is Giannis not ahead of Embiid in that? Giannis is in that LeBron phase where he's probably one of the like he could have won it the past 2 years and you wouldn't have batted an eye.
But see, when I think of Defensive Player of the Year, I always like to think who could defend, not think,
Yeah.
but who has defended every position really well
for
the
sure.
whole
That's,
season.
that's exactly what I think.
That's
too,
where I
right?
go. Like it's easy to
'Cause
defend
Giannis-
your own position,
Because
right?
Giannis can do that. Giannis can.
That's where
do,
you go to your Bams, your Giannis.
That's why I'm thinking
Evan
that's
Mobley.
that's
Yeah.
why I'm
It
heading
is tough.
towards
I
them.
don't
It
love
normally
the
goes
award.
down
It's
to
really
let's just
hard.
call it as
But-
it is: steals leader or blocks leader.
steals, blocks,
Blocks,
rebounds.
block-
Is
I'm pretty
usually
sure
what it's
Brook
done.
Lopez
Not
was
even
leading
rebounds.
blocks.
No, Jaren Jackson Jr.
Jaren Jackson's leading the league in blocks.
Oh, but there was some sus shit with Triple
Yeah,
J.
yeah. Apparently that was done by Memphis.
No, that was all cleared up. My issue with Jaren Jackson, I'm personally picking Jaren Jackson as my defense player.
Yeah,
He has played more games than most players,
yeah.
but way, way less minutes. He's doing
Yeah.
all of this off the back of 28 minutes a game.
Ah.
But then
Whereas you got Brooke Lopez, who statistically, just off statistic, when he's on the field, he is the best defensive player we have ever fucking seen.
What's his plus
But
minus?
just
I would
don't
I would
Okay,
love to
let's just
know.
rewind just a little bit. Let's not say the best I've ever fucking seen.
No, statistic-wise, for his minutes when he's on the court, this year he has been absolutely incredible.
I want to know.
I'm
his
just not
plus
going to say the
minus.
best player I've ever seen.
Not best player. You know I'm being
Yeah.
dramatic with it, but
I just have to on the record.
of course you do.
I will have to admit, though, actually watching Brooke Lopez
Yeah.
play defensively, he actually surprisingly, because I always think he's this big, Gumby big, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's
not.
really good at rotations, really being smart. Just knows how to fake out, pretending to guard someone, and
Uses
knows.
his size well.
I'm
as well.
telling. I'm only going to say I think Brooke Lopez because I don't really know the sort of
fair.
field very well. But from what I did watch of basketball this season,
Yeah.
I got to admit, even mentioning that,
Yeah. I think
Well, Triple J and Brooke Lopez plus minus are actually very, very close.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Brooke Lopez for mine.
Jaren Jackson is actually above Brooke Lopez.
I think Jaren will win
I
it.
think it will fall to Jaren.
I think so too.
Just because of his impact blocks wise, like pure, like he's leading the block. The reason why I say Nick Claxton is because that Nets team has had shitty. And I feel like Claxton's had a big breakout season.
Definitely.
And I almost look and just go, you know what? Give you the nod. You'll be in the top 3 voting.
Yeah, no, definitely.
He'll probably be top 3, top 5, regardless of the defensive player of the year voting.
If,
And like,
if the voting comes out, he probably falls into that top 5.
yeah, oh, without a doubt.
Third, I would probably go to give Evan Mobley.
Yeah.
He's another one. Evan or Bam, one of those
Yeah.
other guys that just is that like real versatile
Yeah,
defender.
no, I agree.
Like I don't think they can give it to another guard this year.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even really like them giving it to Marcus Smart last year. Considering like they gave it to a guard, he wasn't even realistically the best defender of the year.
No, that
Or
annoyed
was
me.
he the best defensive
But yet
guard
again,
of the year?
yeah, I don't know. I love Marcus Smart. I think he's a great defensive player. Oh, it's very tough. I don't love that defensive award. I feel like defense is things that you can't record statistically.
Well, if we're looking at plus minuses, right, which we can record, right, Joel Embiid is number 1 plus minus.
Yeah.
So if we're looking towards
Yeah, but a
MVP,
plus minus
Yeah, but
isn't
plus
strict-
minus is
that's offense as well.
everything.
that's what I mean. When he's on the court, his
That's coming down to MVP, not defensive player.
no, but I'm just saying if
I know.
like with defensive player, I think we've settled. It's probably either Triple J or Brook Lopez.
It's going to be
probably
one of the
Triple
two.
J.
I'm saying Jaren Jackson.
I reckon so too, but I want Brook Lopez.
Like
to
it's
win.
it's between those two. I think what do you call it? The bookies are leaning towards Brook Lopez though. So
You never know with it. It's kind of crazy.
because I'm
comes.
pretty sure that came in on my feed today, and so
Yeah.
I was like, oh okay, so he's up. Yeah, he is up there.
Yeah.
But if we're looking towards MVP now,
Well, aren't we doing most improved player first?
oh, let's
Yeah.
go most improved. Yeah,
We got
yeah.
most improved 6-man, then we'll finish up with MVP.
All right, yeah,
Most
sounds good.
Improved, I'll start. I want to just have on the record Jalen Brunson. I'll tell you why. He wasn't in these conversations of being how good he was last
Agreed.
season. When he got signed for the Knicks, everyone said, "Oh, they've overpaid." I think now we can all say they've underpaid long term. It's pretty fair.
He's pure
Um,
talent. Lucas said he misses having him on the team
Yeah,
hard.
I think arguably he could have been an All-Star this year and no one would have better than I.
No,
If you saw there was a
definitely.
Jalen Brunson All-Star announcement, you wouldn't have thought twice. I think he's changed that Knicks team just in terms of steering them in the right direction. Obviously, he's taking pressure off Julius Randle.
Mm.
Am I biased as a Knicks fan? Yeah, a little. But I feel as if that bias isn't unwarranted. You know what I mean? I think he's genuinely turned that team around. And there's other players.
Oh, look, I'll put one that I'm probably more biased as well. Laurie Markkinen.
Yeah.
I think he's
Yeah.
become a lot better as a player this season.
This is going to be the toughest
Yeah.
award,
No,
I
it
reckon.
really is.
I
Players
reckon
have
this
taken
will
that next
be
step.
the toughest
Do you-
reward.
And the best part is I've got someone different on
Who?
top of that. Mikael Bridges.
Mikal.
Oh,
I can't say yes. And the only
a
reason,
bit late.
the small sample size.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
That's
a bit
my,
late.
that's
where it
my,
came
that's
in.
my only reason. If you gave me a full season, Mikal Bridges at Brooklyn, I'd go.
But even
Probably.
before Brooklyn, he
Oh,
was
there's
still
so many
looking
tough
really
players.
impressive.
Yeah.
Shit.
But before
No,
the
this
one
is
player
tough.
I will be the most annoyed if they get it,
Shay. Shay will
If
get
Shay
it.
gets
I'm
it, I will
telling
be
you, he will
irritated.
get it.
If Lowry,
He will.
Brunson,
Surely
and
not.
Mikal
He
get
will.
it,
Yeah.
as long as one of those three get it and it's not Shay, I'll be happy.
Because
I can't
statistically,
argue
he
against
has
it.
to prove. I don't
Yeah.
want him to win it, but I guarantee
Yeah.
he will win
Lowry
it.
is the favorite.
Oh,
Betting odds
really?
favorite, Lowry is.
Like, if you told me Larry won it, I'd go, yeah. I
If
see
Larry
that.
doesn't win it, I
Brunson,
will
if
be
Brunson,
pissed.
you go, yeah. I say, because, like, Lowry's led a shitty Utah Jazz team.
No, exactly.
But, like, let's just say it as it is with Utah Jazz, like, the start of the season,
Mm-hmm.
and then it sort of mellowed out.
well,
and that's just-
I think it's also what came into that was like the
Team goals, like tanking
yeah,
and stuff like
exactly.
that.
They wanted to see what the team could do. They saw it and then they kind of reversed
Yeah.
it. They were
And-
like,
But
all right.
how much do moments in itself do you guys take into account? Like
What do you
individual,
mean?
like kind of to the storyline, where you've gone from Lowry Markin, who's kind of bounced around between teams, never really cleared up that. All right, you're that lockdown starter.
Yeah.
This is your role. We want you here. To go, okay, send him over to Utah. Okay, it's just Lowry. It's nothing special. To bam, starting all star.
Oh,
Well, I think what
Opportunity,
jump in itself,
is the biggest
And
part
you-
in this award. If
and
you
the-
have the opportunity, that's the only way you're going to get it.
And with all three of our players, they've all had an increased opportunity. We can make
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
If I gave you a blank template, we can make the same argument for all three of them.
Yeah.
I get that, but I'm just trying to say, I think the impressive of just because all three of them have kind of just not solidified that starting, that number one option to then go, okay, bam, you've moved teams. The jump from just doing that to, okay, Jalen Brunson, really impressive, leading him into a good spot, top seeding,
Yeah.
looking great. But then the Lowry jump is, okay, you don't have that seeding storyline, but you've gone to not even just all-star, but starting all-star.
Yeah.
Can I say?
Well, even Brunson.
So-
Brunson was a starter.
Brunson wasn't an all-star.
But he was a
Yeah.
starter at the Mavs.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
already had his role
He was-
secured.
but-
he was producing
Then
already.
you can say like a starting guard next to a starting guard.
Marketing was coming off the bench in Chicago. He was
Yeah.
coming off the bench in Cleveland. Came to Utah, and all of a sudden, boom.
He was the
Do you remember when we did our predictions and how I told you the last 6 have all made the jump to an All-Star?
yeah. Can I just
The
say
only one that did is Lowry.
I don't take Larry Mark. Okay, firstly, Jalen Brunson could have been an all-star.
100% he
We wouldn't have better than I.
No, you're right. You're
Larry
right.
Markkinen as a starter, he's not an all-star starter. He got that because it was injuries.
Of
And
course.
He also like
Which is where I'm saying, how much does the storyline of that take
And it
into
all comes
account?
down to how they vote. Like, I don't want to say it's the home court advantage, but him being in Utah definitely helped him. Like, it being in Utah definitely helped him get that starting spot.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
know what I mean?
A lot
Like,
there's
there
so
was that.
many players when it's in your hometown.
Yeah, yeah.
It's you. What I was saying, CJ earlier.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
he was in the hometown,
Yeah.
he'd probably get it.
Larry deserves it. There's no questioning it. But yeah, I feel like Mikal Bridges as well. It's a small sample size. Him at Brooklyn. Undoubtedly, if he had that whole season at Brooklyn, you'd give it to him.
I think the overall jump he's had in the small sample, if he did that the whole season, it's probably his award to lose.
Oh, yeah, no,
exactly what you're saying.
100%.
It would have been a much tougher battle for this award.
But just because of when he moved there, they didn't give him enough time to.
But
have
it's also
that.
kind of like, it's not like he's had a down season. He's the only, like one of the only play every game.
Yeah, yeah,
And not just all 82, 83.
yeah. I mean, 5 seconds in the final game, but
But check in, get the Iron
Yeah,
Man
yeah.
status.
yeah, I think yeah, it's interesting. We can all kind of like I can say Jalen Brunson, and you can, and we won't really argue with it.
I think Lowry deserves
Lowry
it the most.
deserves it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, he has to.
yeah,
yeah, no, I'm
He has
I'm
come
Team
from
Larry.
he's he's going to be something, wasn't something for such a long time,
You know what's-
and this is the year he's proved it. And you know what? I feel like what Chris said. It's that storyline. That storyline
I
drives
think the
it.
storyline when it comes to the
And
to
I
awards.
feel like if he
Proof.
didn't get it,
Everyone would be
upset of
pissed,
the
yeah.
Do
league.
you remember about a year ago in fantasy? And this is why I want to argue. I tried to play you as a fool, and I tried to trade for Larry Markkinen from you.
I know, and
I went, oh, he's not doing much in Cleveland. We were like, do you need him? You know, like, I have him as backup rotation. You know, like,
I like his size. I like his talent. I could see something there.
tried so hard to fucking
Will, you just don't like trading.
yeah. I
What do you
tried.
mean? This year I've done the most trades I've ever done.
Which is 3.
I tried
Exactly.
I tried
That's
everything
plenty.
to try and like pluck him from Will. I was like, oh, Will, like you know, like what are you doing with your season? You don't know. Like I'm not gonna win anyway. And fucking Larry Markkinen trying like fuck.
Nah.
I watched
Big
him
jump
fucking.
for
I
him.
watched the fucking Eurobasket with him and fucking Finland and I went, fuck. He's
I know
fucking
Eurobasket was very
gonna
enlightening
shine.
about these talents of
Yeah.
of all these what do you call it other
Yeah.
cultures.
But then also
Other
like,
races.
when I'm seeing fucking Mo Wagner putting out fucking LeBron James highlights in
Yeah.
Euro basketball, I don't know what to do. Like I saw one play of him and I'm like, Mo Wagner looks like fucking prime LeBron James. But MVP,
No,
Six man.
6 man.
six man.
Getting
Okay,
lazy. Solid
okay.
it. We'll let you go first. Show us your name.
I don't even
You know who my name is.
I-
Say it for me.
man.
No, you tell us.
I'm gonna say Emmanuel quickly, and I don't think anyone can argue.
No, the whole thing with most of these awards, there's not much you can argue against.
There's like
No.
there's like 2 to 3 valid shouts. I just think Quickly's had a great season. Like,
I agree.
am I shouting at my Knicks team for actually having a good team and a good season? Yeah, I think we played pretty good basketball, all round as well. Defensively, we play hard. There's not a part of the game that the Knicks cheat.
Yep.
Just sometimes we lose like scrappy games, and that's all right. As a fan, I'll live with that. You
It
know,
happens.
we're a 5th seed. We're not in the play-in. We're a solid 5th seed as well,
I'm pretty happy with Quickly
Yeah.
to get it.
and we're playing.
I like this game.
We're playing a Cleveland Cavs team, which is a good team, and that's going to be, honestly, I'd probably say the most exciting matchup in the East. First round.
Yeah. Usually
you're
the
right.
4-5 matchup is the most exciting.
Because 1, 2, 3,
Blowout,
Bucks,
blowout.
Bucks, Boston, 76ers, they're going to just take care of the rest.
They're
Who's-
taking care of business.
Who does everyone else have?
Isn't it Brogdon or whatever he's in? Or Boston?
Brogdon,
Malcolm
it was
Brogdon.
between Quickly.
I don't
and
want him
Brogdon.
to win it, but I mean,
Yeah.
I
I'd
think
rather a Knicks player.
Brogdon has had, I would say, the more well-rounded overall year.
Probably, yeah.
But quickly, when he has had his moments, has definitely been
Yeah,
more
I
impressive.
prefer Quickly to win it. I really would.
Well, the reason I'd prefer Quickly is because Brogdon at the Celtics, it's the fucking Celtics. We know where they stand. We know what we're
He's got a
expecting.
deep bench, yeah.
Yeah.
Like in the Knicks to be the 6th man, like you're actually doing a shit ton. being 6 men in the Celtics, the role's not fully
You
massive.
are still doing a lot, but
Oh, you're
no,
doing a lot, but
I
it's
know
not.
what you mean.
You know what I mean?
I
Like
know.
the responsibility isn't heavy.
Yeah.
No,
Like
I agree.
the year, what do you call it? Tyler Hero won 6 man. Like he was having a shit ton of responsibility.
Yeah. But even then, like,
Miami was the first seed.
but
Yeah, but like the responsibility is there. He was 6 man. He was coming off the bench playing starter minutes. It was
Yeah.
it was some
It
a
shifts
fine
around
line.
a
It was
if you're the 6th man playing 30 minutes, Come on.
it was a fine
you're a
line.
glorified
It was-
starter.
yeah, it
There's
was a
some
fine
starter
line.
out there playing 15, 20 minutes.
Like Kyle Lowry today, right? He
Yeah.
came off the bench 33 minutes and like
Yeah.
popped off. He was a leading scorer.
For sure.
So it's like there's a fine line with these things.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think overall we give it to Quickly.
I would like to as well.
I 100%
The
agree.
only other person that deserves the slightest shout out, Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby
or
Portis.
Malik Monk. They're my
Malik
two.
Monk as well. Austin
Malik Monk.
Reeves. They're the guys that are in
No,
the market
Austin
for
Reeves
it.
as well.
I'd lean more towards Malik Monk just because of what's happening in SAC.
Just they deserve a bit of a mention.
For sure.
I don't think they got a chance at actually
I,
winning it.
I feel like I'm
It's all
back to
between
my
Quickly.
award of the Vibes Award, the Malik Monk, Darren Fox
Nah.
backcourt.
Oh yeah.
That's the vibes. College teammates, vibes.
When they're winning, they're so vibey, bro.
When they're
honestly.
winning, you can just tell they click on that just instinct level of they
give him
know
the
what-
chain. Give him the chain.
Yeah, you know what? Like they run up for the Vibes Award, led by Russell Westbrook, and it might change when we get into the MVP.
No, Westbrook wins.
MVP, there's 3 names. If we don't give all credit to 3, obviously, in any order, Giannis, Jokic, Embiid. Of that, those 3 will get the most first, second, third place votes. Now it just comes down to, are you stats based? Are you eyeball based? Are you record based?
It's
And
tough.
that's-
I want to hear from Jake first because I know he's pretty passionate about this one.
It's tough.
He chooses Damian Lillard.
Look at him. He's locked and loaded.
Before our last episode, which you
Yeah.
weren't a part of, I said that it looks like Embiid's going to take this out.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of outrage.
However,
After 5 minutes of research,
I had it.
that
No,
155
not
point
5
game.
minutes. No. I reckon this will probably be the toughest. You know what's actually more interesting to me more than any of this in MVP race? Look who's actually winning this guard league. Look who's in the MVP races. They're all
Yeah.
bigs.
And
I
also,
know, I
like,
love it. I love
How
it.
interesting is
I
that?
absolutely
That's
love
the
it.
part that I actually laughed at. This guard league.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a heavy
I
guard
think
league. And
what's going to be interesting, I don't think it's going to come. I was watching because obviously the person I take most of my info is JJ Redick. I think he's a very good non-biased.
oh yeah,
opinion.
for sure.
oh, big time.
He's a former 76ers player, and he picked Giannis to win it, and and he's good mates with Embiid, and he's going to cop it from Joel Embiid. But I think it comes down to who's going to win it is who's going to get the most second and third place votes in that order. Because I think the 3 of those big guys will probably share some of those first place
I don't
awards.
think there's a single fourth person that gets a vote.
Not a first vote, not a first
Not a
vote.
first vote.
But
No
I
chance.
think you're going to find out of the however many voters, it's going to be dispersed between Giannis and beating Jokic, and it's going to come down to like those second and third rankings. It might do. I think a notable shout out for the 4th place. I want to give a shout out to Sabonis.
Yeah.
And
fair.
it's like a 4th place
Look,
MVP.
if we did all NBA teams,
Yeah.
Sabonis makes the list.
oh yeah.
I
He
think
comes in as the third center.
he's a good shout out because like he's not a big flashy player, but he's definitely the most valuable player on that Sacramento team. Fox is the most flashy.
Yeah.
Without Sabonis, they're not where they are. And maybe like a 5th place shout before we get into the top 3 because we can talk about them for like fucking who knows how long.
Yeah.
Maybe like I want to say like
Tatum, Curry is probably the only ones that might get votes.
Tatum, Curry. If AD was healthy
If
for another
Luca was
20
playing,
games,
actually winning games.
like
Like it's all maybe situations
Yeah,
where they
exactly.
might get
Yeah.
a couple third place.
Oh,
votes.
but
exactly.
I want to see not even 3rd, 4th, or 5th.
For, yeah.
It's going to be pure like
Yeah,
top. If you're a voter in your
But
top
that's what I'm
3,
saying. Like the top 3 are set.
yeah.
They're set in stone. I'm saying you'd have to be pretty stupid to put anyone else
Yeah.
in
I
that
think
top
it's just
3.
what you value.
And they're the only
That's-
2 guys that have any potential
Yeah.
of some voter being like, oh, I'm a heavy biased fan.
Yeah.
Let's chuck Curry in at 4.
Well, this is where it's tough, right? So the plus minus we can measure. Everything else is what we feel, what we see, what we think.
Yeah.
The plus minus, right? So Embiid is first in the
Yep.
in the plus minus.
Yep.
He's the most impactful player on that team.
Yep.
They're
Yeah.
winning. They're
Yep.
getting the stats. Giannis is 15th.
Yeah.
He's ranked 15th in plus minus. Like below Embiid is Tatum. Tatum's ranked 2nd. So if we're talking about most valuable,
It is tough because I don't know. I find it very tough.
like,
You know
what's
what's-
valuable? Like you're producing, you're getting us the wins, you're giving us the minutes.
I think
I'm leaning Embiid now.
Oh,
At first I thought Giannis, pure talent.
Okay.
Yeah. He's so effective. But now when you look at the stats and you see what he's doing, you're like, shit,
I want you to-
Embiid probably does deserve it. As much as most people think it might be a pity vote, it might be a pity MVP because
That's
he's
where
been in
the
the running.
storyline factor comes in, and that's where I
Do you want to know
I
what's
don't
crazy?
like him.
That's
The
the tough
stats?
part. It's so tough.
Just points and rebound. Someone's on 31 points and 11 rebounds. The other person's on 33 points and 10 rebounds.
Yeah.
If you go by just the stat test, and like Embiid's on the 33, Giannis is on the 31. Giannis is playing 2.5 minutes less a game. If you think Giannis going to get 2 points in the fucking in two
an
minutes,
extra
come
minute.
on.
No,
Come
you're-
on, like,
yeah,
It's a much closer
still
race
tough.
than anyone can make it out to be.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I think I would probably not be unhappy with any three of them winning.
Yeah.
Really,
I think,
honestly.
and the reason why I was saying like Giannis, arguably, it's pretty safe to say like he's probably the best player in the league. Like,
No, he is.
Like,
No, it's not guaranteed.
If you step back, if I go to you've got like regardless of one player to start with
Yeah.
now. Like, man, that guy's everything you want in a player.
For sure.
He's everything you want in a teammate. He's everything you want in a player and a leader. And he's fucking good. Like, okay, can he shoot the three the best?
No.
but he can make your life a fucking nightmare everywhere else. If I'm
Yeah.
looking at a team and I go, oh, I got Giannis tonight. Like, imagine you're like a
You play your game.
Yeah,
Your
well,
game's your game. You play your
Can
game.
we
You
all
play
sit here
your
and
wins.
kind of agree that Jokic is the third man in that list? Because I
Yes.
think we're all favouring between Giannis and Embiid.
I don't know. I
if you
love.
ask me today, no. If you ask me tomorrow, maybe.
No, I
I
still
can
put him
change
there.
my mind every time. Yeah.
Every- we- everyone's mind's gonna shift every time we see him play.
I'd probably go Embiid, Giannis, Jokic, Tatum.
Yeah.
No, I'd
I think at 4 on it doesn't really
four on.
matter.
I agree.
Yeah,
but
I
But
think-
like
I
Tatum,
think for
Tatum's
me, it's.
fucking beautiful
I don't know.
at his
I
game.
can't pick between Embiid and Jokic. I really can't. Those two. I think Giannis does deserve it, but I just.
Embiid and Jokic.
Yeah, that's
Or
for me
Embiid.
personally.
Okay.
Because I just still think every year Jokic proves us he can carry a
Did
team.
any of you guys say what DeMarcus Cousins was saying? in your
Oh,
research?
he's the third best center in the league.
Well, not that one, but how he was basically saying Jokic can't win it because him winning 3 in a row puts him in the likes of the absolute greats.
Yeah.
And he hasn't done anything to deserve to be in that conversation.
But also, like,
But-
what's DeMarcus Cousins?
Of
done
course.
To, like,
But-
if
but
He
I-
has a
which-
point.
which is
He
where-
has a point.
if I heard that from a Shaq, I'd go.
That is.
But that's the thing.
No.
That puts him on a level of
Yeah.
the Shaq. And do we really want to say he's there?
Well, Shaq lost an MVP to Steve Nash.
No, I completely agree.
Criminal.
So-
The reason why I think I hates me say I reckon Embiid should win it
Yeah.
is because I don't think Jokic should win 3
Yeah.
MVPs.
But-
And if Jokic wins the finals, MVP should be given to him.
Well, it's
Yes.
too late.
Agreed.
It's all based on regular season.
Yeah.
I know it is,
but
I'm just
it's under his
saying.
belt.
Yeah, of
But
course.
then I could go. You know what? Jokic deserved that
Yeah.
MVP.
What's going to be interesting is you look at it and it's like, okay, there's so much give and take, but like Jokic is in that point now where you get to the storyline of a LeBron who arguably should have way more MVPs than he has.
Oh yeah.
Agreed.
Giannis should have way
Yeah.
more than he has. Like,
Which is where that storyline comes into it, and it shits me because
Yeah.
I think it shouldn't have any effect on it.
No.
it does. Like, why did Westbrook get his MVP?
Yeah,
Triple
averaging a
double,
30
fucking
point
monster.
triple-double
Not
all
the best
season.
team, but just like
Just
fun.
record
It
season.
was a record season with a great story behind it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a stat based voting. Sometimes it's a
It's
story
a
based
tough
voting.
award. It's what you think's valuable. That's
Yeah.
the problem.
I think I could change my mind every day.
I'm gonna say Embiid
Yeah.
purely because I've been watching some tapes because I thought, you know what, Chris is right. I should be a bit more open. And looking at some tapes, he's had some great games. I think Jokic has too. I think Jokic is probably a better all-around player, but I think dominance to winning games.
Yeah.
I think Embiid wins that. I think he's done too much for that team. The only reason why I like Jokic better, I don't think Jokic has as good as team as 76ers, but he makes that team so much better.
Yeah.
which
No.
is where
Embiid
does he
wins-
make it more valuable.
But
Like, there's an
Embiid
argument
wins
to it all.
basketball for 76ers because he is so unguardable.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Jokic is guardable, but makes his other players better.
Yeah. Alrighty. Shall we move on to our draft?
Well,
Before
before we do, let's at least just say who we are going because we kind of
Okay.
just discussed it. Joey?
Giannis.
Giannis.
Embiid.
I'm going Embiid.
Embiid. I'm going to Embiid as
Fair.
well.
Yeah.
All any three of them, any of them could take it, and
Yeah.
I'd be happy with the
Yeah.
result.
I would be happy with either of them.
Yeah. All right.
All right, time for our weekly draft. What is our category today, Chris?
Today we are doing awkward encounters.
Okay.
So
Fuck yeah.
it's let's spin the wheel, boys. It's always this tough one. Who wants first?
I like
I don't want
I
first.
like being in the middle, to be honest.
I've got pick one.
Thank fuck.
Okay. I've got some good ones as well.
I really didn't want pick one because I feel like that's the easiest way to fuck it up.
I agree. I hate to pick one.
Pick two is going to what looks to be
Joey.
Will.
Well.
Will. Oh, I thought you had last second.
Jake. On
Dude,
the
that
line.
was so
Shit.
tight.
On the line, like
Shit, I don't want that.
literally, boys.
Ah, go on. It was
Yeah,
spin it. Let me
nah.
see. Let me see. Let me see the spin.
That was. I've
no,
got to
for the next-
remove. Yeah, I've got to remove him, mate.
Come on. Let one of us see who gets the final
Yeah,
pick.
you can have it.
I go.
And we're spinning.
I reckon it's gonna be me.
Oh, it is.
No, it's not.
Love it. You love to see it. I told you, I
Will
love
gets
a
pick
middle.
three.
Okay.
I
Well,
don't like getting snaked.
Can someone? Same here. Can someone keep track of this? Don't
Yeah, I'm on it. I just got to get there.
I don't know why I thought it was an innuendo. And
No,
I was
no,
like,
no,
what
no,
is
no.
getting snaked? All right,
1 second,
Chris,
boys.
what is your...
He's just got to put the Google Docs together.
Can we go top 3? Top 5 is pretty hard.
No. That's why I said to you, this is a fucking awkward, hard one.
Oh, you like an awkward hard one.
Well, not
Oh,
always. Hard, yes. Awkward, not always.
Oh, I've got a great first pick.
Oh, I got a good one too. I think I got some good one. Oh shit! I'm really falling through that chair. Shit. All right.
So who had 3 and 4?
I had
I've got
3.
3. Okay.
My first pick's I think it's a strong.
I don't know if mine is strong. That's the problem, but we'll wait
I don't
and
think
see.
anyone's going to really know if it's a
But
strong
you know what?
pick or not.
Let's give it a crack.
No, you're right. I don't think mine's strong, but I like
I
it.
don't think any of my picks are strong, really.
It's hard because this is lived experiences.
Can I
All
just
right,
say-
go, Chris. What?
I've got a funny message to show you.
Oh,
With pick 1,
yeah.
I'm going to keep it really, really simple because I haven't thought about it. Just forgetting someone's name.
Oh, you slut.
Oh no, that's good. That's a good pick. That's a great pick.
It's an astronomical one. Okay, forgetting someone's name, Jakey.
Second one, when you're going for a handshake and they do a fist bump.
That's where you get him with the old cabbage patch.
That's a strong one.
So
That's strong. Will.
No, you know when you're in a conversation with like 3 people and they start talking about a shared experience and you have no idea what the fuck they're talking about and you're just like, oh yeah, I was there last spring of 2009. I totally know what you're talking about. You know?
I can't believe this has fallen to me.
What?
My first pick is when someone walks in on you and your partner in bed.
Yeah, but
That's not awkward. You enjoy it.
yeah, I like that. That's my favorite. Yeah, good point. I like that shit.
Boys, we all know it's awkward.
Yeah.
What do you
for
mean? You live on your own, bro.
I'm alone.
Fuck off. That wasn't saying that. You
Sure. Oh.
No, what's worse, walking in on someone or someone walking in on you?
No, I said someone walking on you.
I reckon walking in on someone.
I reckon walking in something's more.
Okay, with my next pick, I go walking in on someone in bed with someone else.
He's taking both.
He's gone for the double whammy.
I'm going with when you're casually walking and you think you see someone that you recognize and they're waving
Oh.
at you, but they're actually waving to the person behind
That's
you.
the
But
worst.
you start waving and you're like, hey, and then they're like, they're like, no, and
They look behind you. They do one of these ones.
yeah,
Oh,
you're like,
that's the worst.
And you feel like a muck, you know?
Nah,
You're like,
fuck that. I agree. That sucks. That's happened to me too many times. I hate that shit.
because you think you know them and you're like, oh wait, I actually don't. No.
Fuck that.
Strong. Back to you, Jakey.
When you get sung happy birthday at a restaurant.
Oh, and you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do.
That
One of
is-
these ones. They're ready to.
I hate
Thanks,
it.
guys.
Even when it's not at a restaurant, I hate singing happy birthday.
Agreed.
It is
Agreed.
the worst.
Agreed.
Oh shit! Now I got back to backs. My next one was literally that. Fuck. I'm gonna go with clogging someone else's toilet.
No, that's
Shit.
good. That's a good one. That is pretty awkward. Have you ever had to like fist it because there's no plunger?
You're one of the
Fist
worst.
it.
Oh yeah, no, same.
No,
yeah,
you can't. Yeah.
Well, it's adding on the clock of the toilet.
All right, clean into the closet.
When you look at your options, you're like, fuck, I've got a towel. I've got to try and clear this space somehow.
The other pick. This is more nostalgic.
Okay.
You're in the shopping line, about to be at the checkout.
Oh, I know.
Mum
it's
goes
gone.
off to get something else.
Oh,
and you're just
stress.
waiting there. The
Yeah.
anxiety
Good
that
shout.
runs
Yeah.
through, just waiting, going, oh,
Yeah,
she's going to
yeah.
get back in time.
Strong.
No,
Very good.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Oh, honestly, you just think about like, I'm so sorry.
Oh, fuck
My mom
that.
said she'll be back in a minute.
Fuck that.
Okay.
Jakey, you're up.
When you're at a friend's house and you go to the bathroom and you just leave an absolute ripper in the toilet and everyone can smell it.
Look, Jakey, as someone who's gone to the toilet after you, I can confirm.
Thank you.
Especially your grog bog.
Mate, I told you, mate, it was good.
Oh,
It was good.
Oh, all right. My next one is, and I 100% think everybody's been there, when you're watching a movie with your parents and that sex scene appears and you're just sitting there and your mom and you're both watching this and you're like, oh, it's just that awkward.
The old-fashioned cushion over the lap.
No, why would what do you mean? No, what do you mean?
You got to
You horny fuckers. You've just casually been like, oh yeah, I'll just
Will.
I felt way too awkward to even get a chub. You know what I mean? Like,
Game's a game.
oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
My next pick, because I've got two, I'm going to go for, you know when you're boarding a flight and they go, have a good flight, and you go, you too?
You too.
Ah,
Like they're checking in, you go, yeah, you too. Then you're like,
I'm telling you that
chestnut?
it's just you two.
yeah, it's just you too. Because
It's the
you guys
have
are
a
the
nice
movies,
day.
have a good movie, you too.
The worst is enjoy your food. You two.
Yeah. Or like when you go to the gym, have a good session, you too. Okay, next up, what's an awkward moment? I'm just thinking off the bat here. There's a clear one. Yeah, I'm avoiding that one.
Well, off the bat.
Yeah. What's probably the most awkward moment? When you go around to say your mate's house and they go, mate, let me get you a blanket, and they give you a little tea towel, and you spend the night just there, curled up on the tea towel because you're too shy to ask for anything else.
I would call it awkward. I think that's just your mate's a shit mate.
Yeah. Look, there was a fear of sleepovers at the age of 12 because one time I was just shivering.
No, maybe they thought you were gonna wet the bed. They're like, here, you can use this to soak it up.
I'm gonna
That makes it
one.
more. That
That's
makes it more
very-
awkward.
Goes back to you.
Oh shit! What was it? Oh, when you're in an exam room, super quiet, and you just got to do a ripper of a fart, and it just kind of you think it's gonna be quiet, but it's a squeaker, and you're like, "Who was that?" Oh, it was actually
You do
Lindsay
one of
from
those
fucking
look
English.
arounds like
Who was that? Yeah, who did that?
the old whoever smells it.
And you like
you know?
fucking hope no one looks at you. You're like, oh shit.
What's even worse is you pick the most innocent kid and you go, mate, was that you? Fuck.
Well, even just if your
Oh,
stomach
no.
rumbles in the middle of an exam, you know what I mean? Like everyone's
Yeah.
just looking at you, you're like, oh shit.
It's tough. It's tough. Jakey, what do you got?
I don't know. This is tough. I swear I had it. No, I'm just blank.
He's lost it.
I
Here
have.
comes the fumble.
I fumbled with my one because I was out.
Oh, that's it. I got it. When two people are talking between each other and you want to add into the conversation and you keep trying and trying and trying, and when it finally gets to you, exactly what I've done, you just don't know what the fuck to say.
Fumble it.
That's the worst. Fuck that. I hate that shit.
Yeah, especially in like when you're meeting new
When
people.
new people, and you're like, I finally got something to say, and then you.
You find your common ground before you know it. Moves on. Conversation's gone.
That was actually my next one. When you met someone new and it just goes quiet.
Oh,
Chris, you got your final two picks.
My final two. I'm glad this one's still here. But when you say goodbye to people and you walk the same way,
that was my next one. Shit. No, I don't know.
The old classic, wait 2 minutes. 5 steps behind them.
yeah, it's a tough one, but like it is.
I'm pretty
definitely
sure we've
awkward.
done that before.
Well, I think everyone's done it at some point or another. It's never enjoyable.
That's
The premature goodbye.
It's the worst.
What's your final pick, Chris? I'm keen.
Getting to pick five's tough.
Yeah, I agree. I'm
there's-
on some really rogue
Yeah,
shit.
it's getting fucking
I'm
shitty
on some
now.
rogue shit. I think I got one, but I'm not very happy with it.
I'm not really happy with anything. Like,
That's deep.
actually, you know what? It's not necessarily going to be very awkward, but sometimes it is. You know, whenever you're at the beach and you're coming out of the water and how your swim shorts always stick to your body,
Yeah, the dick
Yeah,
line.
and the dick line's just showing, and
The
you walk around,
outline,
you're like,
the outline of a shriveled cock.
Everyone
flattering.
everyone knows the
pull
little
the penis.
little
Put it down as,
poke in the air there.
Shriveled
the
cock.
rearrangement.
No, just put it down as shriveled cock. And that's a
Like, when I'm watching James Bond, why is Daniel Craig coming up looking fucking chiseled?
yeah, it's
Where's
not
this
right.
sticky cock?
It's
Not
not
like
right.
that.
What do you want? Why do you want it?
Sticky.
You know what I
I
mean?
forgot my thing again. Fuck.
Well, that was your last one too.
Oh
This is
my
your final one,
goodness.
Making
Jake.
it a conversation.
I've got a good final one. Do
Oh my god, I forgot it. I can't think.
you want us to come back to you?
Nah,
that
there's none
ruins
of
it.
that.
It's more
I
fun
had
watching
it.
you on the spot.
I had it.
And you know what the best part was? Your final one was when you fumble it.
I know. I know. I'm gonna fumble right now. I had it. It wasn't that good. Shit. Shut up.
He's waiting all hour to fucking put those sound effects
We're
in.
gonna need to wait for the other person to kick back a bit later. Oh, I can't think.
Jakey, come on. You got this. I believe in you.
Come on, just fumble it.
No, I'm not fumbling because it was all right.
Jakey, come on. You got this, mate.
I'm gonna take the headphones off.
You can still hear us without him.
done.
bro.
Done.
When you're wearing the same fucking t-shirt as someone else and you're both out in public, I fucking hate that. Anyone who wears the same shirt as me and we're in the same public, I hate it.
You know, Will and I coordinate like shoes.
No, unless
Yeah.
it's coordinated, it's
No,
okay.
we have to make sure we're not
we're
wearing the
opposite.
same.
I hate that. Yep.
But he's bad with it. Matt and I wore the same shirt on a night out, and he felt awkward about it.
Oh, I hate it. So
Jakey,
awkward.
just a question. Have you been tested for the spectrum?
I don't know. I feel like I can't sit still on this shit. So
All right, Willis.
Oh my goodness. Another school one when you call your teacher mum, or like you actually say, "Oh, I love you too," or "I love you." Thanks, mum. And everyone looks at you. You know what I mean? It's so awkward. You're like,
That's good. That's good.
oh, you're like,
That's
oh, thanks.
a nice fifth pick.
When you're like, oh, hey, mum. Oh shit, I'm going. You know you're gonna get ripped in. You're like,
I'm so sorry for this, but you've just sparked my final one.
what, I did. Oh, okay.
You know when you're like in school and like you tell your mates, oh, I'm going to ask a girl out. And you go up to her and you ask her out. She goes, yeah. You come back to your boys. You go, boys. She said, yeah. She hits you with, as a friend though. That one was, my go-to was going to be when you piss the bed.
oh,
But you said the school one and that just hit.
Yeah, it's hitting real. You dickhead.
I'm so
dude,
sorry.
I
man.
remember
Friend
when I
zone
was.
is basically-
No, like, I'm not saying it.
I remember
We
when
had
I was
a,
going
we
to
had a
say
friend.
too.
Will and I had a friend
Oh,
Who-
yeah.
was like, oh, I'm going to ask this girl out. And we're like, yeah, go for it, mate.
Name
Go
drop.
for it. I'm not name dropping the mate because like he might listen to it. And then he went over and he was like to his boys, when after the movie, he was like, hey, do it, mate. Looking good. He asked her. He came back. Remember the stairs at school?
Yeah, yeah.
He came back and goes, boys. She said, yeah. Then I've gone, did you check? It's more than friends. He goes, no, let me do it. He's gone back.
Oh no!
He's gone, more than friends, yeah? She's gone, no, just as friends. He's then,
What's the point of going?
he's walked over to his first time, buzzing. He's looked back and we knew.
Oh, bro.
Will and I have gone, fuck, mate, we've been there. We've been there. And we've all been there. We've all been there. We've all faced that. But just to watch the emotional roller coaster.
That's so rough.
But our mate recovered from it. It's good.
Thank God.
Yeah, it was just.
Thank God. Poor bloke. That's a rough one. I was going to say when you fucking lie about something and you forget about it. I was meant to say that and I fucking forgot. I can't do this shit, man. I need to have a list.
Chris, can you run it through? What was everybody's? I need.
All right, we'll start with mine. Forgetting someone's name,
That's such a rough pick.
clogging someone else's toilet,
That's
Strong.
rough.
when your mum runs away in the shopping line,
That's so rough.
saying goodbye and going the same way,
Ooh,
and
It's a good
shriveled
picks.
cock at the beach.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's probably the most rough.
that's pretty rough.
Because you know the
That's
worst
a
part
rough
is,
list.
it never happens when you're with the boys. It's always when you're with a girl. It's not an accurate representation of what I'm dealing with.
But the other problem is usually you're still in the water with the boys. So when you are getting out, it's just the girls left on the beach.
Like you go on a date to the beach and you're like, I promise I'm packing more. I promise. Like once it's warm, it's different, you know?
They haven't been in the water yet. It was ice cold. You know what I mean?
Or
What do you expect?
even more heartbreaking, if they do this one, they look down and go. And you're like, fuck. They've looked at shriveled cock.
All right, on to Jake's. You got a bad handshake. Happy birthday being sung to you at a restaurant.
That's.
I've
I think
never had a happy
that's
birthday.
a top tier awkward moment.
Leaving a smelly shit in someone's house.
No, I've repped those.
Trying your hardest to get into a conversation and blanking.
Yeah. Then blanking on his fifth pick.
And then matching clothes.
Yeah, nice.
All right,
I think
Wills.
Jakey may have fumbled this round.
Man, I didn't have first pick. How can I fumble? How can I fumble?
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
Will's getting cut from the conversation. Waving to the wrong person. Watching a sex scene with your parents. a loud squeaky fart and calling your teacher mum.
You know what? There's a certain teacher that I know would have called mum at some point, and I'm not going to name his shame.
No, and
But I think-
the one you're thinking, it actually did happen. That's why it came in my mind.
I do think he did think that teacher was also hot as well.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
it was weird.
Fair.
you know.
Alright.
What did I have?
Joey, you have someone walking in on you having sex, walking in on someone having sex.
Yet again, fair.
You two
Yep.
Oh yeah.
enjoy your food. You two.
Yeah.
No blanket and cold.
Now, you know what? That was a freeze moment.
That
I
might be
was-
your weakest one. In
No,
that,
no,
all
no.
that.
Like I think that's probably my weakest one ever.
But you
I
pick
just
five
froze.
makes up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just as friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
I'm saying Chris. Chris has got a very strong pick.
Yeah,
I
you
gotta give
know,
it to
I
him.
know when I said the no blanket one, it's just because I froze. I should have said when you pissed the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
You know,
that
like,
would have been more awkward.
we've all pissed the bed as an adult.
Yeah.
Just to humiliate. Yeah, every night I go to bed with fear of pissing the bed again. Seriously.
What do you mean every night?
Mate, it
That
happened.
hasn't been a fear of mine since I was like probably 10.
I'll tell you the story.
fuck do you mean?
Okay, so I'll tell you the story, okay? It was like 2019. Yeah.
This is recent.
Yeah. I'll kid you not. Was in bed. You know who was next to me? I'm not going to name it for pain reasons.
Yeah.
Had a dream. I had a big night,
Oh, so different wet.
bro. Like,
Woke up.
I had a dream. In this dream on a night out with the boys, like in the pub. Like, oh, I'm just going to the toilet.
It's always after the drink.
I'm in this dream. I'm walking to the.
No,
I'm like,
no.
oh, fuck, I need to piss. I'm telling you right now, for like 5 seconds, it was the most glorious piss of my life. I'm asleep. I'm just free pissing. I've woken up.
No.
I've woken up, fucking like 21 years old. I'm like, I fucking pissed the bed.
Oh no.
I've got to wake her up. I've got to tell her I've pissed the bed. And I've just gone, fuck it. How do you bounce back from this one?
No, you blame it on the dog.
Brother,
Maple, why did you piss
Brother.
the bed?
this is a year into the relationship. I've just flat out just pissed the bed.
Oh, dude.
And I've gone, fuck, she might rinse me for this.
Oh, no,
And I've just woken up,
no.
had to shower, change the bed sheets, explain to her that I've pissed the bed,
Oh,
and then also go, fuck, that was also the most glorious, like, first 5 seconds of a piss in my life. So every night before I go to bed, because of that fear, I like make sure I pee like 3 times.
oh.
There's been nights when I've been too fucking stressed out. Because you got to understand, boys, and like, I hope you don't feel this, but when you have that dream and you're in like a new town, it's like in my brain, I was in Webster's pub. You know what I mean? I've got the Webster's. I've walked in the ground floor, the
I've
back
had
toilet.
the same dream for sure, and then but I've managed to wake up. And go,
Mate,
oh, fuck,
I'm
this is
telling you,
trouble.
I've gone there, I've gone to Webster's, I've walked in, I fucking stumbled, I've gone left, right.
Oh,
Where am
jeez.
I? Oh, fucking the cubicle, sticky floor. You know, it's Webster's, what do you expect? The urinal, you know, I've got, oh, fuck, all right, I finally need to piss. It's been a big night of drinking in my dream. Fly goes down, cock comes out, no one's next to me, so I'm not fucking worried about perception of it.
Wow, he's got some fucking vivid dreams, man.
Mate, I
When you want
don't,
yourself, you don't forget them.
I don't have good dreams.
Yeah, apparently your
I'm
dreams
not
are just
kidding.
pissing. That's
No.
a shit dream, bro.
That's only once. I only ever have like I've never had like a sick dream in the past like 5 years. I go to bed and I'm going, all right, tonight I'm going to be a UFC fighter. Tonight I'm gonna like have a fight, bro. In the dream, I get hit by a car. I'm like, fucking cunt.
Before the UFC match,
Yeah.
you don't even get there.
Like, I don't even get like one happy dream ever. I'm like, fuck, just give me one. You know what I mean? Like right now, I just need one good dream, and like I wake up and it's like, oh no, got hit by a car. Oh no, missed my train. I can never good, but yeah, you know. I hope you boys don't experience the piss in the bed next to your partner. 'Cause it's not good, boys. It's not good.
Look,
There's a certain level of humility.
You're not getting any pity votes from this one.
No. I'm just
Chris wins this.
Chris wins.
yeah,
I'm
I
just being
think Chris.
transparent about my traumatic time because I don't hide from my
The
bad
only
issues.
reason I think Chris wins is because it's a consistent
I
awkward
agree.
moment.
Yep, agreed.
It's
Very
a-
Chris,
well.
Yeah.
spice
Release
it
to
up. Piss the
everyone.
bed tonight. Let me know how it goes. If one of you pissed the bed tonight, please tell us. It'd be so
I'll
fucking
record
funny.
it too.
Just record the aftermath. Just the look in the mirror.
No, I'm recording while and the aftermath.
Oh, jeez.
Get the whole thing.
Well, catch us next week to find out if any of the boys pissed the bed, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, catch
On
you
that
next
note-
time. Thank you, Bella Vista, for hosting us. See you then. Bye.
Bye.